I was just gonna pew through your slow pews because I knew he was trying to tire us out that time.
Yeah.
It didn't work though, because I took an extra deep breath before my pewing. But what's happening, guys? It's episode 421 of Pass the Gravy. Alex, Pat, and Bobby back again, and I think we got a fun, maybe a weird episode for you guys today. But there's a lot going on, a lot to get to the bottom of. A lot of your questions. I've got some great ideas. I think maybe why we'll get right into it. Our pre-cum segment, I think maybe some of my all-time best ideas. I know I feel like that every week, but I also feel like that this week. So it's continuing, which is good. But you want to hear some ideas? You want to hear one of my good ideas that I have?
I mean, do we have a choice?
I think no, you don't really.
So yeah, fire away.
All right, hear me out. And we're gonna revolutionize the window washing game. Just install windshield wipers on all windows, and you're never gonna have to wash a window again. How great is it? How great of an idea is that? How perfect would that be? You never have to get window. Like, you see those guys that are going to like these like huge skyscrapers and being window washers on those scaffolding. Like, just have a fucking like a little windshield washer and you're gold.
You understand that windshield wipers don't hit the corners of the window, right?
Well, I mean, we can make some tweaks. Like, these aren't going to be going down freeways and stuff.
Also, what happens when the wiper blade wears out?
Well, then you get your windshield wiper guy to go clean it or to go change it.
So you send a guy up the side of the building to go start changing out all these.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it as often. You don't have to do it as often.
I think you will, because they're going to wear out at different rates. So you always have to have a guy on call. Basically, every day you're going to do it. Or you could just hire a guy one time to go through and wash all of your windows like once every week, instead of basically every day having them come out there.
That's a lot of washing. I think you do it every day. You just have a switch, and it goes back and forth, and then boom, you're done.
Until one of them wears out.
We don't look out of the whole window when you really think about it. Like, we only look out of parts of windows, and like that's all we really need is just that line of sight. So even if it wasn't the whole window, I think it still provides a pretty solid option to washing windows.
If part of it is dirty,
when I buy a house, when I become a homeowner, I'm definitely going to put windshield wipers on the outside of my windows.
Is Emma going to be living there? Because I don't think she's going to allow that. Because she's going to think this through.
She's going to love it.
I don't think so.
Think of how much time we're saving not having to wash windows. And she'll be like, you know what, Alex? Like the cut of your jib. Say that exactly. Jib.
I want to support you in these crazy ideas you have, but also I feel like it's my obligation to stop these bad ones. So you don't
on every idea I ever have.
I don't want you to waste your money on something like this because I'm scared you're actually going to do it.
I mean, it makes it. How long have they been awesome for fucking cars? Like, they revolutionized cars. Now we're gonna revolutionize the window washing game.
I feel like you're not even realizing how much money it's going to cost to install these.
It's a stick and a little mini motor thing and a switch.
And and you have to wire all of that together to a central location. Don't. So you want each one to have its own switch.
I have lights in my house that I can just go boop on my phone. Robert has them too. We could just sync it to like an app on your phone, and then it's the windshield wiper app, and boom, done. All right, cool. I gotta wash these windows. I got a company coming over. Go to the app, and they do the little water squirt, and boom, you're done. Cool. All right. Put the app away. Put your phone in your pocket. You're done. Company comes over. Wow, your windows, they're so clean. How?
So you're also adding the water? I thought you were just adding the wipers.
Well, I mean, that way you wouldn't have to do anything. You have to have the wiper fluid. Yeah, that's one more thing you have to change. It takes maintenance, okay? But it's less maintenance overall.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
No, it's a great idea, all right? And when I have a house with windshield wipers on the windows, they would just be called window wipers. Obviously, that'll be what I brand them as, window wipers. When I have a house like that, y'all aren't invited to look out of any of the windows. Don't you look out of any windows at all.
What happens when kids like egg your house? Then they get the eggshells get caught in the wipers. Then you're gonna scratch your windows.
I mean, first off, the kids won't egg my house because I'll have a defense system. And I can't tell you about that, but it's got another idea for that. We'll save that for another podcast.
The wiper fluid, it'll flip out and squirt water.
Oh no, I have a home defense system, like a yard defense system. It'll knock those eggs down beforehand, and it'll catch the culprit. All right, I've got all kinds of plans in motion. You guys don't even know about them. I just ironed out this window washer. The window washer idea, but like I would get a more durable blade. I would find a more durable blade. It wouldn't have to be curved like the ones for windshields are, so that'd be less wear and tear. It'd be more of just like a squeegee, almost.
So there's already a solution for what you're looking for. A squeegee.
No, but like an automatic squeegee that also has like wiper fluid on it.
On every window of your house.
It'll be flat.
That also has an app built into the back end that you can control it through. But it's going to be cheap. Yeah, it's going to be much cheaper than just washing it yourself.
Gravy Gang, if you want to hop in on the ground floor, I am accepting investors. Hit me up at Alex J. Middleton. We'll laugh at these fools when we're rich. All right.
And each one of you gets 2 investors, and then those 2 people will get 2 investors, and you're all going to make money.
No, that's after like we've all put our initial investment in.
I haven't even had any beer yet today, man, and you're throwing this bullshit at me.
I might need one just because of the hate that I'm getting from the 2 people I thought were my friends. Excuse me.
Not hate, sound investment advice.
Don't hate, appreciate your friends and their ideas. Do you guys miss the Olympics at all?
I miss just keeping track and like looking over and like, oh, America's still kicking every other country's ass. Yeah, that's cool.
We weren't until the end.
No, we were always kicking their ass.
In the overall.
Yeah.
I guess not gold medals, but I miss it, dude. And I know I have a weird schedule compared to a lot of people, but like there's always sports on. Like
yeah, it made it
7. It was nice to just like, oh, I'll watch some beach volleyball as I'm eating lunch. Water polo, cool.
It made it super easy at work to decide what to put on the TVs. It was either Olympics are on or the Astros are on. It was very simple.
What do y'all go with when there's neither of those on?
Usually Golf Channel because the owner's a big golf guy. So that'll be on. If I can find cornhole, I'd like to keep that on one of the TVs. Just because that's what you need.
You got a big cornhole audience at your bar.
No, but above a bar. I mean, we've had horse racing on the TV. As long as there's some sort of sports thing, you just look over and everybody's head is staring up at the screen.
Yeah. I hate like when people's like go-to is just like, I'm gonna leave it on like a news channel.
No, fuck that.
Why? No, I don't want to just be sad.
We do have
one.
It's
like, it's not top 10. Let's watch this. That guy fell. That's hilarious. Like,
we do have one TV outside on the patio that's just stuck on Fox because when the guy set up all of our TVs, all of the remotes were, this Xfinity remote. Anybody watching is the skinny one. It's the most current one. It's the Xfinity remote. Except for one of them he brought was the older fat model. And for some reason, that TV and the one that are they're like back to back to each other, facing different directions. They like always want to sync up to each other. So the remote either syncs to one of them or the other. We can't fix it. And we've asked him to come out, I don't know, for like 3 weeks now. And he just can't find the time.
They're calling Comcast and they're like this remote just ain't right. It's stuck on Fox TV. He's like, actually, I would almost argue that it is exactly right.
Well, he had told me too. He was like, listen, you can either he's like, we need another one of these skinny remotes. I was like, I've got extras at my house.
Are you fat shaming our remotes?
But it took me like 2 weeks to remember to bring the remote in. And he's like, you can either bring in your own or
that's the most Pat thing ever.
Well, no, me and 2 other guys that work there. Everyone has extras of these remotes. Nobody knows where they come from. I'm pretty sure Xfinity just sneaks in at night. And but we all just kept forgetting. And he goes, what you do is you can either order a new one or just bring one from home. And when you do, just put it up right next to the big box and sync it. So when I finally bring it in, I look up there. He always said, put it next to the big box between the TVs and sync it, implying there's a big box and a little box. I get up there and there's only one fucking box. So I call him. I was like, dude, you got to come out and do this. I don't know what you're asking for. And that was, what did I say? Like 2 weeks ago? Still hasn't. We're like, dude,
that doesn't sound like them.
Just fix our, no, it's not Xfinity. It's our guy that set up all of our technology shit.
Actually, I take that back. Please don't jinx me.
Right. I was actually worried today because the past couple of days, our internet has been like jumping in and out, but it's been smooth for the last 24 hours. So
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
So yeah, I do kind of miss the Olympics.
I definitely do. It's just, it was cool to like feel like you felt like worldly, not just because we were watching countries that were in America, but it was just like, yeah, look at me being cultured watching pole vaulting at 4:00 in the afternoon. Like usually I'm not doing that.
You do miss getting to feel like an expert about everything. Like, no, she messed up on that dive. That's not going to get her what she needs.
There's too much backsplash.
Also, actually, I'll say this about the diving. I never understood what the score was because they would throw up 17 scores on the screen after they dove into the pool, and like 14 of them are crossed out, but like in random spots, so you never know who's getting what. I couldn't track shit.
The British guy won. I know that guy won. Tom.
I didn't see any men's diving.
Tom Daly. It's not Tom Hardy. It's Tom something. The knitting guy. He won. I know that. And then don't know really much else. He was the star of the diving.
I did hear about the knitting guy, but I didn't see it.
And that's also fun. Like you can just have you get to have these random stories about like, hey, did you see that cool story about the wrestler, huh? Like our girl, Tamara Mensah-Stock, still remember her name. No big deal. That was a cool story, but you can't just be like, that's a cool story. I guess you do that. I said do. But like Cody Bellinger, Juan Soto, it's like, that's the exact same story as it was just in the Olympics. And we don't have to talk about him for like 10 more years because we don't watch their careers as closely, where it's just like, did you guys know that Cody Bellinger was in the Little League World Series? Believe it or not, was in the Little League World Series. And then every broadcast that like he's ever on after that, they're like, fun fact about Cody Bellinger, the Little League World Series are going on. He himself, here's a picture of him, was on the Little League World Series team in Williamsport. Pretty crazy. Now here he is at the plate. Like everybody does that. And then like you watch the World Series, and if you've watched any like other, like if you're not just like a casual and you've watched other stuff, you're like, yeah, man, we fucking know. Because I think when they played the Astros, that was like every damn day they were like, and Cody Bellinger, he's a Little League World Series champion and could be a World Series champion. How about that? Like that's the exact same thing.
Or Matt Stafford and Clayton Kershaw.
They went to the same high school.
Do you guys? They played baseball together on the same team.
Teammates.
Like,
wow.
Like, yeah, guys, you've been telling us that for 9 years now. Can you please ask them about one other detail of their life?
But that's like a little like life hack if you're ever, and like I'm not like a big time broadcaster or anything. I did call some high school football games before. And if you find like one fact like that, just use the hell out of it. Because remember, that like somebody in every one of those audiences, like some mom watching the World Series for the first time that year was just like, oh, well, how about that? Honey, did you know he was also in the Little League World? That's crazy. And then she feels smart and goes and shares that. Like, that's why they run the hell out of that. Or Juan Soto, only 20. Or 21, whatever the fuck his age was that they said that year that they.
He's 20 forever now.
Yeah, he's always 20. Him and then Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe is 21. 20.
Sure.
Whatever it is. I don't know. Kylian Mbappe doesn't even matter. Lionel Messi, that's his team now.
Yeah.
Which is like it's covered, but it wasn't covered as much as I feel like it should be. Like the best player in the world just like swapped teams, swapped leagues.
Because it's soccer. And other than it being a footnote, nobody in America really gives a shit.
Hey, we're the best soccer country in the world, dude.
I know. And we still don't care.
Very good point. I care. Shout out EPL coming back this week.
I mean, as a country, we don't care.
As a what country?
I don't know. That's Robert's word.
Robert, what country was that?
Cut.
I have no idea.
I missed that drop.
I remember when you accidentally said it. Like you stuttered and then we cut it. And then I was like, I'm not going to do that to Robert. I deleted it.
We had fun with that for like 3 weeks.
But like Robert wasn't even like mad. I mean, you could tell he was super uncomfortable that we had that audio of him. But I was like, I can't do this to him. He's too nice to us.
Yeah, it was the right call to get rid of it.
If we ever like, that would be like, that's Robert's Rivers Cuomo moment. Like one time he said cunt. And he's like, I didn't even say it. It was a misconstrued, like they cut a stutter. Like they just cut what they wanted you to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what Robert would bring Robert down. And they're like, that's all he said. Like, chill out, guys.
I enjoyed it.
Have you ever cursed?
No.
What? You've never stubbed your toe and be like, shit.
No.
Do you count? Is damn it a curse to you?
Yes, to me it is. Yes.
What
Damn.
about? I want to find this line now. What about
darn?
butthole?
Ooh, good one.
Is
What about
butthole a curse?
No.
Okay, asshole.
Yes.
Okay, there's the line. It's the line right between butt and ass.
So like, what would be like a good insult for you to use? Like if I was like, Pat, you're such a fuck face. Like, what would be like the level of that kind of insult that you would use?
Doo-doo brain.
I'd probably just go as far as like saying dumb.
And sometimes like that hurts more.
Doo-doo brain is just calling him dumb. You're saying you got a doo-doo brain.
Right, but like just like I like to be like, what are you, dumb? Like, am I a dumb? What does that mean? And like, and then it kind of throws them off. But also like when somebody's just like, you're so dumb. It's just like they were like, they didn't need to like, I dress it up by calling you a fuck face. It's like, I obviously like, I'm deflecting from myself by using cursing language. But like, Robert's just like, you're so dumb. And you're like, ow. Like that's all he needed to use to get me. I taught somebody about smooth brain this weekend, and then she was using it for the remainder of the weekend with me, and it was pretty fun. Or I guess the remainder of like the 3 hours we were hanging out at a backpack drive.
Smooth brain, man. It's a great one.
Shout out to Haley. I was like, no, that's not a very smooth brain way to do this. And she's like, what? I was like, no. Or I was like, we don't have wrinkly brains. And she was like, what? I was like, just trust me, all right? You want to have a wrinkly brain. If somebody does something dumb, tell them they're really smooth brain. And she's like, okay. I was like, see, these guys, what do you do? A bunch of smooth brains? It killed.
We're still on topic 1.
Oh yeah, we are on topic 1. We're on topic 2 because I was asking if we missed the Olympics because I missed the Olympics. We decided about that. Also, something I've decided, this is just sit back wherever you are right now, gang. You're about to be like, whoa. Okay. Are hammers named after hammerhead sharks? Alex, you may be crazy. That sounds crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Well, I did a little research. And by research, I mean I Googled 2 questions. I Googled, when was the hammer invented? Hammers were invented around 3.3 million years ago, according to a Google search. And then, and by Google search, I mean I clicked the first link, and whatever the first thing it was, it told me that's what I took as fact. And then I said, how long have sharks been around? They've been around for 450 million years. I don't know about you. 450 million seems like a little bit more than 3.3 million. So therefore, somebody saw a hammerhead shark and probably named the thing that they hit rocks down with to like put stuff together. They named that a hammer.
No.
How else do they get the name hammerhead shark? How do you have the name hammerhead shark before there's a goddamn hammer? How do you have a hammer for a goddamn hammerhead shark, huh? How does that make sense? Doesn't make sense.
The hammerhead shark was called something else first.
No, it wasn't. It not.
I'm pretty sure hammerhead is actually just like a nickname for the shark anyway.
No, it's called a hammerhead shark.
Let's try this out.
Like
that you gonna find the scientific name? No. We're not playing scientific. They're called hammerhead sharks, bro.
Like roses existed before humans, but they weren't called roses until humans called them roses.
They were always roses.
So
sharks were before hammers.
They didn't even know hammerhead sharks were
named
there
after sharks. You don't know that?
They didn't even know. No, they couldn't see underwater.
You don't know that. I bet they could.
Didn't know that. No.
They might have been able to. You can't argue against it. There's facts to prove you wrong. Which came first? This is a chicken and egg situation, but we know the answer to it. Sharks came before the hammer. Therefore, hammers named after hammerhead sharks.
Mm-mm.
It's science. I'm sorry, fellas. Facts don't care about your feelings, as Pat
I
would
mean,
say.
you could probably say that the color eggshell white was around before eggshells, but that doesn't mean that they were named after it.
Eggshells or eggs were around. They're like, that's an eggshell. Boom, eggshell white. What does that look like? It looks like an eggshell. Done. Eggshell white.
But the color had to exist before the first eggshell.
You know that.
He's got.
I do know that.
You don't know that.
I do know that. Every color naturally occurs in nature. And before the first egg was laid, that color was around somewhere.
Yeah, it occurred when an egg was laid. And that was when the first time that color occurred in nature, because an egg is part of nature. So therefore, that's how eggshell white came to be.
This episode's gonna get contentious. Like, I think
I'm just saying, I just broke everybody's. Y'all are really smooth brain in it right now, guys. You gotta, like, as somebody with a really wrinkly brain, I'm able to see that, like, what I'm saying is scientifically correct. Obviously, whichever is older is correct. Therefore, I win. I came in here with my facts ready to go, and y'all just look like fools.
I'm so tired of you already. We're only 20 minutes in.
Well, we got a lot more. A lot more. Why don't you give me one of your great ideas then, Pat? Is out here making content.
It's not ideas, it's questions that I bring.
Questions, ideas, anything.
Would you rather never be able to come again, and for the rest of your life you felt like you really had to take a shit?
Like, never come again, or like you're always like, oh shit. Like, you do have to take a shit, or but you don't, or you just feel like it.
You just feel like it. So you're always uncomfortable. You're always sweating. I mean, I'm gonna take I'll never come again. I'm gonna be an even angrier bastard. But like, I pretty much already always feel like I have to shit.
Well, can you like not jerk off ever again, or like you just do it, just nothing comes out?
You can do it. Just nothing's gonna come. You're never gonna come again. So you'll just blue balls yourself.
Probably not. I don't want to feel like I have to take a shit my whole life. That would suck.
Yeah, think on the positive side, you'll never have to wear a condom.
True. One positive there.
Yeah.
But that's
you'll never.
Would you do
you'll
that?
Never get caught. You'll never get caught by anyone on CSI because there'll never be any evidence left behind.
It's true, but you still have blood, so it's possible. Blood and fingerprints and hair.
No, they only ever find semen.
It's always semen. Why?
Robert?
Yeah, I would never. I don't want to feel like I had to poop all the time.
All right, so it's unanimous then.
All right, I might as well just give my other one then too. Would you rather only have 100 words in your vocabulary, or every day you only have 3,000 words to say?
3,000.
3,000.
Yeah, because then at some point, I can just tell people, sorry, you can't talk to me anymore because I can't respond.
Yeah, you can use those words. But like, there's times where you like Christmas. You couldn't, like, Christmas wouldn't be in my regular 3,000, but like, I would want to be able to pick Christmas around Christmas time, you know?
Yeah, think of, if you only had 100 words, it would be so frustrating trying to ask for specific things.
That.
You're in the drive-thru and like, anything else we can get you? And you're like, yeah, but I can't describe it.
No, because you just learn numbers. Number 2.
No, but like, what are the chances in your 100 words extra and sauce are going to be those words? Very little chance.
Maybe. I mean, I think those are only 2 words though.
How many words do you think you use in a day?
A lot.
Apparently, I mean, it's at least 7,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, think about it this way too.
You just talk like Kevin in The Office.
Especially for me though, like at work, the names of dishes. I guess I would get around though then when people be like, "How do you describe this?" I'm just like, I don't.
Good. Yummy. Exquisite.
What's in this? No.
How many do you think like would be curse words in your daily 3,000? Because
at least 7
would be. Yeah, you could only like pick a couple.
I mean,
like liar, liar. You just the pen is real blue.
I mean, I would definitely take Carlin's words. I mean, was it shit? I wouldn't take piss, but definitely shit, fuck, cocksucker, douchebag. So actually, I mean, I would really only take like half of Carlin's words, but shit and fuck are definitely in there.
So I wouldn't take all of his words, but I would take some of his words.
Shit, fuck, cocksucker, and douchebag. I need those words. I need those words to make it through the day.
We should do a mock draft of words next year.
Definitely.
Just words. Literally, there's no rule.
See, and that I just thought about it. Like anybody who takes 100 is stupid. Because like you can never say dolphinitely again, or turtlely, or for sharks.
Or you could, but it would be only that. Like there's no more definitely. It's just dolphinitely. But that'd be so funny to always have to be like dolphinitely can. I dolphinitely can cover that shift. Like what?
For sharks.
For sure.
You can see the language is too much fun to limit yourself to 100.
I think so. We didn't learn all these words as kids to like,
and especially because like
use them.
Even if you have offshoots, but fuck and fucker are probably 2 different words in this context.
I think so.
And I use both of those a lot.
Yeah, I do too. That might be one of my most used words.
Yeah. I mean, fuck is definitely in the top 10 for me.
Yeah. So
that's what I got.
Robert, you would go the 1,000 a day?
Yes, 3,000 a day.
Or 2,000 a day, yeah. I could definitely make that work.
So I guess neither one of these are very hard today. We were all in agreement on both of them.
Here's a great one that we may be all in agreement on again. If you're drinking water with ice, you're really drinking water with pulp in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that.
Because like orange juice with pulp is just like pieces of orange in it, and you're drinking the juice from the orange. You are literally drinking the juice from the ice. Ice juice is water. So if you drink with any sort of ice, you're drinking water with pulp.
Robert, did you say no?
If it's bigger ice cubes, then maybe it's like a seed.
Still just pulp.
No, because it's already like grown.
It's a solid version of itself inside of itself.
It's all right there for you. You're drinking the same thing. It's just going to melt into the same thing that it already is.
Yeah.
What type of water came first?
What do you mean? Solid, liquid, or gas?
Yeah.
Not tap water.
I'm going to...
Liquid.
I'm going to say liquid because I don't think you can have gaseous without the liquid already existing. And for it to freeze, I think it has to be liquid first.
Yeah, because there's nothing there.
Because the planet had to cool down.
And it rained. I think it rained at one point, and that was it. And that was a start.
Well, I mean, technically, you could say if it rained, then it was in the gaseous form before the liquid.
Fuck.
I'm thinking that it just like as we got the atmosphere, just
water
like appeared
just appear in rivers. Yeah, like we're just rivers. Like boom, we're flowing.
Right.
How crazy would that be though? If you like. If it just was like there's these riverbeds, but there's nothing in them, and we just had to wait until it rained enough times to fill it up, and it's just like, God damn it, this sucks. Like it's just dry here. And
it's called
Sahara Desert.
I was gonna say it's called a drought, man.
It's gonna be that way, but it's just wait. In the Sahara Desert, it's not gotten there yet.
God, it would suck to live in the Sahara.
Yeah, like there's people that live like I don't think that there's a ton of people.
What's the closest thing that we have?
Egypt?
Arizona?
Oh no, I thought you meant to the Sahara Desert, and I was like maybe Egypt. I don't know. I would say like Las Vegas or like Nevada, more so Arizona, California. California's a whole fucking desert.
Yeah, people don't think about that enough. Everyone just thinks California. They think like LA, like SoCal.
It burns all the time because we have all this shit out there that, like, it's flammable. And then, like, it burns all of these things. And it's like, yeah, that's just, we're probably adding to that, I would assume, but still. It's just like, it's nature trying to take itself back.
I mean, nature can have California. I'm fine with that.
Mudslides everywhere else, but like earthquakes and shit. It's just nature trying to take nature back. But like, do you remember that show Life Without People or Life After People? And it would just be like, imagine if everyone in the world just disappeared all at once. How would things go? And it shows you like cities that just would like what would happen to them, like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and like Vegas will just like be gone because it's all just used like by like pumps and electricity and stuff that's keeping it going, really. And it was like that place would just fucking crumble.
I like how we can literally see it though. Like all we have to do is look at Brazil and everything that they built for the Olympics. Like, oh yeah, within like 2 years, it was completely overgrown and taken back by the jungle.
Believe it or not a lot of secondary uses for volleyball facilities that seat 20,000 people.
I'm surprised Brazil just didn't turn them all into jails.
Or like soccer fields. I don't know.
Brazil has a very high population in jail, and they're overcrowded in their jails. It's a very corrupt country, actually.
Didn't know we were getting into politics, Pat, but thanks.
I'm just saying, repurpose the stadiums as jails.
We're not that kind of show, buddy.
Think about it.
Look, you want to go watch that one Fox News TV at work. You're more than welcome to it, buddy, but not on this show.
Not Fox News. It's just Fox. We watch a lot of daytime.
Now he walks it back.
In the morning, it's like always the talk.
He's watching his buddy Tucker Carlson, his favorite.
I think I'm gonna become a bow tie guy.
Because of Tucker.
Well, that was actually that was early Tucker. He was a bow tie. Now he's a full tie.
Okay.
How the fuck did we get here?
I don't know. Water with pulp, though. It is a thing. I'm glad that you agreed with me on that.
Yeah. Next time you go somewhere, add, order
water with pulp.
Well, extra pulp. If you get it at Sonic.
Is extra pulp crushed ice? Yeah. I think extra pulp would be crushed ice.
Or just more ice. I want a lot of ice in my drink.
It's chunky water when it's got just cubed ice.
I don't like that. Don't call it chunky water.
They're chunks of ice.
I feel like if you get chunky water, you're in Flint, Michigan.
That's just brown water.
Tell me that water doesn't look chunky.
Probably.
Yeah.
And how have they not figured that out? I don't know. This isn't that kind of show. Do you guys think that blind people are worried about ghosts?
What?
They can't see them. Like, if you can't see something, you're probably like way less likely to be worried about it. Or I guess you're more afraid of the things you can't see. But if you can't see anything, you're never like worried about a ghost sneaking up on you, are you?
I mean, we can't see ghosts either.
Some people can. Dude, they have whole like TV networks that are basically dedicated to that.
Technically, I think that would be an apparition if we can see it.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's a ghost.
I don't know either, man. I'm just saying words.
Are holograms ghosts?
No. Ghosts are like dead people that came back or whatever.
Like a hologram.
Spirits. That's a digitalized version of it. It's like a digitalized recreation. There's a cardboard cutout of ghost.
No, because you can't see through it.
Oh yeah, you can't see through it. So yeah, hologram you can see through. So holograms are.
If I punch a hole in a cardboard cutout, is it a ghost?
No, that's just a hole in a cardboard cutout.
Like you still see through it.
You need to be able to see the material and see past the material at the same time. You're translucent.
If I got a those like hippie door covers where it's like I just have a sheet for my door, but you can sort of like see through it. Like if I got that of Marilyn Monroe, like would that be? You could like see through it.
No, would that
be a ghost?
No, because that's just a see-through sheet.
But still, you can see through it.
Yeah.
So like a hologram is just a digitalized version of a cardboard cutout, basically.
You could see through a water bottle. It doesn't make it a fucking ghost.
Right. I thought you were trying to side with Robert.
it has to die.
Yeah. So a hologram is definitely not a ghost.
No, it is though, because it's not actually, you think the technology is creating the hologram. Really what it's doing is opening a portal to that dead person.
Oh, that's where we're going with.
Like that was actually Tupac.
But what about when there's multiple holograms of the same thing?
Witchcraft.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah. I told you guys last week, I used to believe in magic. I started believing in it again.
He stopped. he no longer does.
I do again though. I got really into this rap group called the Wizards. I don't know if you've heard of them. You should check them out. They got me believing in magic.
Kid Cudi?
No, it's the fucking guys from Workaholics. That's how they got started.
Kid Cudi did a whole like project as Wizard. WZRD.
No, it's straight up just the guys from Workaholics.
I didn't know if you were talking hip hop. I didn't think you were, but I was like, that's weird if Pat knows about.
It was hip hop. It was rap.
Wizard.
They're a bunch of 1,000-year-old wizards. Their first song's called "Wizards Don't Die." It's from like 2008, dude. Go look it up. It's fucking great.
Okay.
If anybody's looking for new music recommendations from 13 years ago, I got you covered.
That would be really. You should do that. Like that's why you should get on Instagram. Like make your Instagram just like and Pat's tunes of the day, and it's always like some song from like the mid to late 90s or early 2000s.
I'm just way behind everything.
Have
you guys heard about these electric cars that they're coming out with?
These brothers from England, all right? Like they're like the Beatles. Boy, do they fight a bunch, but like they're like the Beatles. They got that sound. Have you ever heard of Oasis? You should check them out. Like, yeah, dude. This song Wonderwall, it's amazing. Can't stop listening to it.
Big fan of Gnarls Barkley. I think those guys are going to go places.
With CeeLo Green and who else?
I don't fucking remember who the other one was.
I think CeeLo won the Gnarls Barkley game.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the other guy's really famous too. It's just, I don't know. Gnarls Barkley was the first old group that popped into my head.
Okay.
Danger Mouse. I know I've heard of him.
He's like a producer.
Yeah, he does some stuff.
He's like Ryan Lewis to Macklemore, where it's like it's really Macklemore, but like Ryan Lewis makes all the music.
What?
Bum, 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 bum.
Guys, big Macklemore fan. I think you guys should check him out.
You guys should check. Yeah, he does this crazy song where he talks about going to a thrift store. Wacky. Listen to it. Yeah. So I blind people are scared of ghosts. Walking back to our original point.
No,
they're not.
They're not.
Ghosts only scare you when they show up and you can see them. If you can't see them, then like.
Okay, so yeah, that was my thing. It's like you just don't worry about them. Like, but like if somebody's like, yo, like this, like, do blind people just move into houses? Do we just solve like haunted houses that can't?
Hell yeah.
I guess it's like a lot of space. Maybe they don't want as much space.
Think about it,
like I'm sure if you can navigate around already, like what's a big house, you know? Like a haunted house, like they're like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I can't see him.
You get scared of ghosts when like a book moves on its own, or you just hear a noise on the other side of your house. There's no difference to blind people. Every sound they hear is just a sound that they hear, and they can't see where it came from, but they can't ever see where it came from. So it's just normal life for them.
I feel like you might be scared of ghosts, though. I might walk it back. I think because like you're more scared of the stuff you don't see.
But you're used to not seeing.
If you don't see anything, though, if like somebody's like, "There's this ghost," it might get you.
They're used to not seeing. Like unless the ghosts rearrange their furniture, nothing to be scared of.
But what if that stuff started happening?
Then they just got a dick ghost.
Yeah, it would be a real dick move on the ghost part. We would cancel the fuck out of that ghost.
Yeah, you can't pick on blind people.
Don't do that. We were just asking this question out of curiosity. This was no way us picking on them. We're just curious minds.
Fact.
We have wrinkly brains, all right? We have very wrinkly brains. And that's because we ask questions.
I mean,
my final thing I had this week, though, for the pre-chem segment, that's going on 40 minutes now, Robert, is the people always talk about bottomless pits. Like, dude, I mean, this whole thing, like this is a bottomless pit that he's getting into, man. Like, that's probably the best pit. If you had to be like thrown into a pit, it would be a bottomless pit.
Do you say the worst or the best?
I would say that would be like the best pit to be falling into, because like you're never gonna fall and die. You don't die. You just keep falling. You can always be rescued.
Falling
theoretically
sucks.
How after often? A certain point, like I've heard, like I have not gone skydiving, but I've heard when you go skydiving, it's like initially you have that feeling, but then like you don't have that anymore.
But because you know it's gonna end. Like okay, I'm gonna pull the chute, I'm gonna drift down, and I'm gonna be safe on the ground. If you're just falling, how often, like how many times in your life have you woken yourself up because you have that dream that you're falling and you like scare yourself back? Like that's the scariest feeling, when you're just falling in a dream.
And you scared because you know like the end result of falling is like you're probably gonna land and like hurt yourself or die.
Yeah, but dude, it's just a constant fall. I mean, you're gonna starve to death if you're just falling.
But I feel like you got a long time. Like you could fall for weeks, and like hopefully somebody's like, all right, like let's go get him.
No, dude, I completely disagree with you. Falling forever would suck.
What would be the best pit to fall into?
A 1 foot pit.
Oh fuck! It's like like not a very deep pit. That was dumb. All right, that was a dumb question, guys. My bad. That one's on me. That one's on me. I mean, every other one, they were all winners before that, but you can't all win, you know?
Oh, I like how that thought didn't even occur to you. Like every pit has to have an ominous ending for you.
Well, because people are always like, they always make it seem like it's a bad thing. And they're like, I'm not a bottomless pit. And it's like, I feel like you could think about a lot of stuff on your way in a bottomless pit. And then it's like, maybe they save you. And then you're like, good thing I had all this time to think. Like, where were you? I was just falling.
An armpit? That wouldn't be too bad to fall into.
An armpit.
I mean, it might be a little smelly, but like, you know, probably won't be the worst thing that happens to you in a day.
You could replace a pit of snakes with literally like any cool, like a pit of puppies would be really fun to fall into.
I would love to fall in a pit of puppies.
As long as you didn't land on the puppies.
Oh, no.
Assuming you didn't land on the puppies. That would be a fun pit to fall into.
I would like a pit full of puppies to fall on me.
No, I would love that.
Yes.
Puppy pit. Verbal trademark. We're going to start that. Buy the domain. Business? Buy the domain right now. Go.
Let's open a business called Puppy Pit, and it's just like pits with puppies in them, and people can go in. And
it's just mattresses, so nobody's gonna get hurt.
Well, no, but like it's not a deep pit. It's just enough to where the puppies can't climb out. It's just a pit of
mattresses, so there's not even a chance. They're bouncing on mattresses.
You pay for 20 minutes to hang with all the puppies.
Would you like our super puppy session, or would you like just the regular? And the regular is just 5 puppies. If you want the ultra puppy package, that's 20 puppies and you in a small like 5-foot pit.
As bad of a mood you put me in earlier, now I'm in the exact opposite. I'm so happy
puppy pit.
About just being surrounded by
puppy
puppies.
Pit. I'm writing it down because puppy pit is going to be. This is our $1 million idea. That we can use the window washers to fund our puppy pit. When window washers get bought by big windshield washing companies, like we're going to use all the money we get on that. We'll invest that in puppy pit, and then boom.
And people are going to be like, oh, where are you going to get all these puppies? Are you raising a puppy farm? No. When people go to work during the day, they're going to drop their puppies off with us, and it's going to be like daycare for their puppies, except, they don't have to pay, or maybe we even pay them a little bit for the time with their puppies, and other people come in to play with puppies.
Or we just hire people to like live at Puppy Pit, like the facility, and then they just take care of the dogs 24/7. We just adopt a bunch of dogs.
I mean, yeah, we can adopt them too.
We're not going to call them rescues because we're not rescuing them from anything. We're just, hey, we would like to take these dogs. We would like to keep them. We would also like to give them lots of love from a bunch of people for the rest of their lives. And they're like, actually, that sounds like the perfect opportunity, a perfect life for a dog. Yes.
Yeah.
Will they be going to a loving home? The most loving home. Literally, people come there just to love these dogs.
And people be like, oh, what are you going to do when they're not puppies anymore? Then your business idea falls apart. False. All dogs are puppies.
All dogs are puppies.
We're gonna have an old puppy pit too.
It's just, it's an even more shallow pit for the puppies because they got bad joints sometimes.
Yeah, and then people can adopt the puppies from Puppy Pit.
Exactly. You think you got a connection with one of the puppies? You talk to us, we can work something out.
Yeah. Basically, what we're turning Puppy Pit into
is
a cool place where people want to go hang out with shelter dogs. We're basically a shelter, but way fucking cooler.
Like, you don't drop the dogs off to us. We go to you to get the dogs from other shelters, but like, there are dogs. Like, we have people that live on the premises that like that's their pets basically. But then like, if you really get attached, we're like, I don't know. Cause sometimes it's like, I don't know, maybe you get attached to a dog. I feel like I would probably actually, maybe we wouldn't sell any of them because I'm attached to all 2,000.
Exactly. And like, yeah, no, if somebody has to drop off a dog, we'll take it too. Like, if you're the kind of person that's a piece of shit, like, oh, I just don't want this dog anymore, we'll take that dog. I'm going to kick the shit out of you when you come and drop the dog off.
We have a team that goes in and gets the dog.
No, but I'm saying people that
if just drop dogs off, we're like dog the bounty hunter for dogs, though. Like,
no, I'm not talking about people. I'm not talking about abused dogs. I'm talking about those douchebags that like will get a dog because they think it's going to look cute on their social media, and then like, oh, I actually don't want to take care of this, so they're just giving the dog up. We're going to take that dog too, but we're going to kick your ass for being a garbage human and letting this dog get attached to you, and then you give it up because you're a piece of shit. Puppy Pit. That's our motto.
Yeah. Puppy Pit.
Playing with puppies and beating up douchebags since 2021.
I think that is maybe the best business idea ever.
Yeah, definitely that we've had.
100,000% what we've had. But probably, hey Sam. Robert, for those of you that are new this week, Robert moved in with his girlfriend, and now she walks in the background sometimes, so we get to say hi to Sam.
She can't hear you, but
I know she can't, but it's fun. It'll be a fun little exercise from now on. One day she'll hear us. One day, one of these days.
She'll hear when she's listening to this episode later, right?
Yeah, she listens to all of them, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Especially, she loves the ones. She loves the ones where we go almost 50 minutes and aren't even out of the first segment.
Robert, did you have any ideas you'd like to throw out? I mean, we're all spitting out some ideas. This is a creative process right here.
I think you guys had it handled.
Robert's idea is to be extra withholding and don't show love to the puppies so that they love you even more.
God, how do you do it? Like, I know, like, we're hopefully pretty soon gonna like be doing this back in person again. We just got to figure out some video stuff to make it a little bit easier on everybody. But I'm really kind of like sad to know that like my dog is again gonna like realize that she loves somebody else more than me and Emma again. And it's like, fuck. Because like she likes Pat, obviously. Pat's awesome. She loves people that like dogs, and then Robert just could not care less. And she's like, oh, but Robert, what is this? What do you have? What is this? Hi, Robert. And he's just like, hi, Weez.
Pet.
Hey.
Pet.
Hey, Weezy.
Pet.
Hi, how are you? Could not care less.
You could be the manager of Puppy Pit because you'll be the only one that can actually get any business done around puppies.
Yeah.
I did see that puppypit.org is available. The .com is taken.
Damn it.
Buy it. Hurry, fire on that quick. Fire on that quick. I also still have breakfastwings.com available if anybody would like to purchase that. I'm trying to offload it. Or if anybody has any idea for what to do with that. I think Rod, Ryan, and myself thought of that at some point, and I just like, yep, bought it. Don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it's like donut wings, maybe. Can we
wings covered in syrup?
Somehow do like wings and waffles instead of just chicken and waffles.
There's steak and eggs, there's steak and eggs. Why not wings and eggs?
Side of ranch, yeah. Hey, Gravy Gang, this is a trust tree. Brainstorm it. We'll all wet the beak on this, all right? When I open my breakfast wings place, if you don't think that everybody in the Gravy Gang eats free, like, at least we'll have a punch card system.
Yeah.
I know who all the OG Gravy Gang. Like we know who the OGs are. We'll get you guys a card the first year and stuff. Don't worry. But like this is a creative process. Breakfast wings. Anybody's thinking of them? Let me know. Let me know. And then Robert, I would buy puppypit.org for sure. Do they have .gov available?
No, I'm pretty sure that's only for.
I've always wanted a .gov. I think I bought all like I bought passthegravy.org I bought passthegravy.com. I bought passthegravy.net, I want to say. And I wanted to buy passthegravy.gov and passthegravy.edu, but those were not available for purchase.
What about .ca? I want the Canadian version as well.
I was like, this is an American podcast, not that Canadians, they're listening. They're not welcome, but just,
I mean, we have been talking more hockey the last couple of years. That's all I'm saying.
We have. But I mean, again, that's more America's sport because it's American teams that win it, not Canadian teams.
That's true. That's true.
We really cucked Mexico and Canada out of their two biggest sports. Actually, yeah. I don't know, because Canada won gold in women's soccer, so Canada kind of cucked Mexico also out of their biggest sport too. So
they cucked us because that's always been our sport.
They cucked us out of women's soccer. We cucked Mexico out of men's soccer.
And didn't we just win USA won gold in men's juniors or something in hockey?
Oh yeah. Didn't even think about it.
So that's why Canadian women won soccer, because we cucked them and they're like, this will not stand.
A real crazy upset city all over the place.
It's like the cuck war going on. It's not the Cold War.
Mexico play the cuck war. Call of Duty cuck war. It's just hockey and soccer games. It's really just a combination of FIFA, NHL, and MLB The Show, but only with national teams of those three countries.
I just love that cuck has been completely changed of the definition.
If you don't know what it means, just look it up. Ask your mom.
Let's move on. I think we fully fleshed out all of our ideas.
We've got great ideas. What would be another great idea is going to beeskneeshoneycompany.com and getting some of the best damn honey in the game. Pat's got the beard bomb.
Cedar.
Beard bomb. Dude, that cedar. That cedar is pretty bomb. It's some bomb-ass bomb, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're back on board as a sponsor, and they're going to take over the sponsorship duties for the Comeback Kids segment this week. They have the bottled honey. I mean, if the beard stuff, the beard care, who would have thought honey and beard stuff? How would that make any sense? It does. It's awesome. I use it for my beard. I actually didn't use it today, and I should have because my beard's looking a little gnarly, but I will put it in after. I'll do it before Pastor Gay Bro, and then you guys will see how fresh my beard looks. You can see it before and an after. But beeskneeshoneycompany.com, they're the best. The honey straws, I cannot recommend the honey straws enough. They're if you're drinking tea at work, if you're one of the people that still goes into the office, take some honey straws. You can put it with your tea. You just snip the top of the thing off. You slide the honey down the bottom of the straw, and it's done like that. And it's just a one serving disposable kind of thing. It's awesome. They have the honey butter. The honey butter is awesome. Get the Oreo cookie honey butter, and I told you guys you can put it on stuff. You put it on bagels. You can put it on toast. I was putting them on some tortillas. I had the cinnamon honey butter. I was just putting on just roll some wraps, some honey butter wraps, and then the Oreo honey butter. I just ate it like it was ice cream. It was awesome. I was gonna say fantastic.
Maybe next time, make it last a little bit longer. Just mix it into some ice cream.
Okay. That's
a little bit of
not a bad idea.
Oreo butter, maybe one honey stick. Ooh,
I'm down for that.
Vanilla ice cream, Oreo butter, Dr. Pepper honey stick.
Let's do it. Do it. All right, I'm gonna order some more. I'll order some more. You guys, Gravy Gang, y'all should do that too. Go to beeskneeshoneycompany.com, beeskneeshoneycompany.com. Give them a follow on Twitter and Instagram.
Hi, Sam.
Twitter. What?
Sam just walked in the background again.
She walked out. I was not looking. Okay. I like that bit though. That's fun. Follow Bees Knees on Twitter at Bees Knees Honey 1 and on Instagram Bees Knees Honey Co. at Bees Knees Honey 1 on Twitter and at Bees Knees Honey Co. on Instagram. Give them a follow. If you get anything from them, let them know you heard about them on Pass the Gravy. Leave a little comment. If you buy anything from them, say Gravy Gang on it so they know where it came from. Bees Knees Honey Company, the best honey in the world, the best honey products in the world. I love the lip balm. I carry the Bees Knees lip balm with me wherever I go. It's the best. beeskneeshoneycompany.com, the official sponsor of the Comeback Kids segment. It's the comeback kid. The comeback kid of the week. The comeback kid of the week. Bitch. Our first comeback kid this week is the USA being the best because we're the best. We won the Olympics. No big deal, not to brag. We were just talking about winning the gold cup. We cucked the rest of the world in all of their sports because they are now our sports because we are better than them at things. We're first place the most is really what I'm trying to say. So suck our dicks, rest of the world. It's America. Back on top, all right? Imagine telling us we're not the greatest nation in the world. And we're like, hey, did you guys just win the Olympics last time? Because I'm looking at the medal count. It doesn't look like it. Oh, were you talking overall medals? Because, yeah, we smoked everybody. And that, I think we had like 30 more medals than second place. But then golds, suck it, China. We beat them out, and got the job done. And really, like, we had a bunch of stuff go awry throughout the whole thing. You know, I mean, if Simone competes, theoretically, that's probably
5 more medals,
5 to 10 more. I don't know how many events she was going to be in, but I'm not saying she should have or anything, but it's like we still won. And like we had some stuff happen, you know, we had some people get bronzes. We had all kinds of stuff like that, but we crushed it. We're Olympic champions again. Just one more reason, America's best country in the world. So suck it, everybody else. Until you beat us in the Olympics, don't talk to us.
Suck it, the world.
Yeah. USA, baby. Also back this week is linen, specifically white linen. I went to my first ever white linen night on Saturday night, and it was pretty fun. I got very, very drunk, enjoyed quite a few Southern Stars.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever go to one. One, because I don't think they'd allow me in. It's too classy for me. And 2, I can't wear.
It's not really like super classy. It's literally just people walking on the streets. Like you're walking around the streets in the Heights in white linen.
I think they're just trying to keep my element out.
I just had a white shirt that I bought on Amazon. I just was like, white linen shirt, done. Let's go.
I can't wear all white. And I get it. People get drunk and they're going to spill on themselves anyway. Dude, 20 seconds in, I'm just going to have shit all over me. Like I'll probably shit my pants would be what like
just
my
because
body,
it's all white.
My body would be like, you're wearing all white. Oh, guess what? Bowels are being voided right now.
Also, you're drinking wine. Spilled that too.
And like
front and back, done.
I'd throw in a dip and then without even thinking about it, I'd like wipe my hand on my pants and then I'd have like tobacco streaks on like the side of my pants or like, I don't know. I don't even really eat ketchup, but somehow I'd get a ketchup stain on me like 9 minutes in. It's just, I can't be clean.
You see Pat walking around with a hot dog. You're like, why did you pick a hot dog? You have so many toppings on it. He's like,
it would be,
I was hungry. You got so much chili on that.
I'd be the guy 100% that like walks in
with a hot dog and nachos.
2 feet in, there's a cart that's just selling sloppy joes. And I'd be like, that seems like a good idea. Ooh, finger painting? Let's do it.
That would definitely be Pat.
Oh,
positive or another positive. It was a really fun time. I mean, I got pretty drunk. Also, super cool. Like we have not cool, super cool move though. If that was a segment, it would be me. We were doing a round of shots at one point, and somebody was like, here's a shot, and I was like, oh, cool. Hey, I gave one of the other guys in our group. I was just like, this one's for you, and I just walked away from the group. So I didn't take the shots. And guess who was feeling better the next day? Me.
That's not a cool.
No, it is a cool. There's never like, we need to normalize shots are fun. We're allowed to enjoy shots. I'm not saying that shots are the devil, but just think back to a time in your life where you were ever like, that was a good idea that we did all of those shots last night. Like that was the best idea that we did all those shots. Nobody thinks that.
I mean, I thought that at one point last year when I wanted to count how much I was drinking and I figured it out and I was like, that's too much. I figured that out during the pandemic.
But that was when you were literally just pouring a shot and take, but yeah, that was more of like an experimental thing. Like you never look back to a very hungover night and you're like, I'm so glad that we did like 4 shots of tequila after we got home from the bar.
Oh yeah.
That was really where our night took off. No, that never goes.
I get
that
what
way.
you're saying. I wanted to give you an example.
Was very proud of like drunk Alex and sober Alex are not always the same guy. And at that point in time, it was like drunk Alex talked to sober Alex. He was like, motherfucker, give that shot away to somebody else and fucking just go away. Just take a lap. Just fucking take a lap. I think I went. I like made myself go to the restroom and pee or whatever. But I just wandered around or whatever, and it just they did 2 shots and I missed it, and then I came back, and then those people. Let's just say Emma was there, and Emma was feeling it a little bit more than I was the next day.
I don't have that ability. If somebody hands me a shot, like unless I am like literally.
No, I usually don't either. That's why I was so proud of myself. It was such an accomplishment that I'm talking about it on the podcast, was the fact that I was like, and I played it off. It wasn't like, I don't want this. You have it. I was acting like I was just part of like a conga line that was passing down shots. And it was just, yeah, this is yours. All right, cool. Boom, I'm out. Just boom, I'm a phantom. No one saw me.
I'm just too polite, I guess.
I didn't cause a scene about it. I just disappeared. Faded. It just faded away. I mean, we're gonna get to this in a little bit, like Field of Dreams style. Just walk back into the cornfields. That was me. Just picture the rest of the bar as the cornfields, and I just went back in. I think that's how it goes. I think I've seen Field of Dreams once.
Oh, what?
No, I've seen it twice. I had to watch it for class.
I don't understand how you haven't seen it like 16 times. It's an all-time classic. We're not going to get into it. We'll
get into it in a little bit. White Linen Night, though, pretty fun. It wasn't even like the official White Linen Night was pushed to 2022. Like I went to like a house party, and then we went to a couple bars out in the Heights. Shout out to Ashley with an eye. I saw her. She was dead to me, but she's not dead to me anymore.
Was she a ghost?
But drunk Alex definitely made up with her. Like because I was drunk for sure when we were hanging out, but like I remember it, like because I didn't do shots. So drunk Alex also relayed the message that we're cool again with that. But just where do I listen? I hope she listens before we read my lips tomorrow. Root for me and not Tessa and read my lips. And then we want any problems, all right?
That's just.
I felt bad after kind of calling her out on Not Cool last week, but I called Frankie Ocho and I was like, hey, stop it. Cease. He was on his way over there, and it was going to take him a couple of weeks to get there because he's a spider, so he doesn't really travel fast. But like Frankie Ocho, you don't want him knocking on your door.
No.
Or your mailbox. Mostly going to be your mailbox because it starts with the mail and it ends with a nail in your coffin.
I don't understand how she hasn't put an end to it. Like, it's such an easy fix. All she has to do is root for you, and you'll give her. And you're not going to be the one to fix it because you're a small petty.
But
man.
a little bit, I think that's why I love Ashley. Like, it's like
she's sticking to her guns.
Well, it's like like I hate you, Ron Burgundy, but damn it, do I respect you. I'm like Wes Mantooth, where even like when she gets my goat, it's like I respect her for sticking to her guns almost, but like fucking root for me, and then we'll be super tight. Like, just imagine where this friendship could go. We could be best friends. We could be best friends. If you
look forward to it.
All right. Just know that you're one of my best friends if you root for me on the Rod Ryan show on Thursdays when I play Tessa Read My Lips. And an even better friend if you send tweets hoping that Tessa loses openly at Tess1, Tess2 on Twitter. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying you as an American have rights to tweet what you feel like tweeting. As long as it is like not offensive.
Yeah.
You don't have that. That's not what I'm saying.
Don't get horny. I'll bonk you. I got to get back to bonking people.
Dude, I had to bonk some dude. Brett Brandon, shout out, another Gravy Gang member. He was.
You had to bonk Brett Brandon?
No, he was helping bonk on one of the 94.5 The Buzz station pages. Some weird dude. I don't know if you saw that, Robert. It was weird.
I didn't see it. Must have missed it.
Oh yeah, somebody was super horny on that page. Some guy just leaving comments and say, "Hey man, this is Facebook. Chill out."
That's where a lot of the horniness happens, is on Facebook. I've seen.
I would say it happens like Twitter more.
I don't know.
Instagram actually. Any Instagram model like reader comment or reader comments in there.
I think I notice it, which God, I'm so bad at getting on Facebook these days. But you notice it on Facebook because you're like, I know that guy.
Yeah, it's not like oil driller 45.
Like, man,
it's Dave from 4th grade.
Be like, dude, you've got 3 kids and a wife in your picture. Like, that's horny.
Yeah, your headline photo, your cover photo for your whatever the fuck it's called is your gender reveal party, bro. Settle down. You're a little
Fucking
too horny
horniness,
for this, man.
Just JJO, guys. Just jack off. Don't press send.
Next comeback kid is Peyton Manning, the forehead. He's in the Hall of Fame.
About time.
I mean, and just it's unfortunate that like his dad isn't in the Hall of Fame. I understand his dad didn't really have the same career as him, but it's just good to know that he won't be the only Manning in the Hall of Fame. That he won't be like, you know, of his immediate family, I guess.
Wow, you think Arch is? You really think Arch?
Well, no, that'll be 3. That'll be the third. That'll be the third.
Oh,
Manning
so
when
their dad is gonna get like in the old timer.
Oh no. I'm talking that Cooper, he's gonna be like somebody that dedicated his life to football, really, in his Fox pregame stuff. They're gonna add him there as like a media member after Eli's also been in, because Eli's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And he'll join Peyton, and they'll probably put their busts next to each other and be like, remember when Eli won 2 Super Bowls faster than Peyton? People are saying that means you're maybe a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Why would they talk about his Super Bowls? He's going to go in as a media member because him and Peyton, they're doing the alternate broadcast for Monday Night Football now, right?
No, so Eli's going to go in as it was not a media member, a contributor to football or whatever the fuck it is that they do.
Oh, so just not his playing. Okay, gotcha.
Eli, no, he contributed just some of the greatest memories in NFL history, like ending a 17-0 team's run. Remember that?
Maybe we can say that over
the
course of his entire football career, maybe you could say 500 of it is his playing, and then 500 is his other contributions.
Maybe you could also say over the course of his career, one of 5 players ever to win multiple Super Bowl MVPs in his career. So, like, I'm just saying that's 5 people that are all the other 4 are all. He's all going to be in the Hall.
He's definitely the only player to ever win multiple Super Bowls and still only have like a 500 average in his career. Like to be one of one, that's special.
I mean, yeah, something to talk about. Like he knew when to go off. All right. He knew when to go off.
So many people are like, okay, guys, we get what you're doing, and it's not interesting to any of us.
Eli's a goddamn Hall of Famer. Peyton is a Hall of Famer. But like Peyton Manning.
I think Eli will be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like an if. It's not a question. Like
I think there's only one quarterback.
Hall of Famer, I riot. Like I will fucking like Canton. I will
can't
fucking
remember his name.
Riot if Eli doesn't get in.
I think there's only one quarterback all time that's got 2 Super Bowls and isn't in. I can't remember his name. I know I've heard that stat before. Phil Simms, that's it. Yeah.
But he was, to be fair, loved
Who did he play for?
Played for the Giants. He also was injured, and Hostetler won it for them the other time.
That's true.
But technically, he was the quarterback for one of the 2 Super Bowls. Eli quarterbacked and MVP'd both Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And fucking yeah, he's in. He's in.
I didn't watch any
I didn't either, which is like, I don't give a fuck. It's almost getting to the point. Like we watched the draft pretty intently with the year of the pandemic, because that was like a Zoom thing, like a Zoom hangout. We get to hang out with the Gravy Gang. I'd like to watch like a little, I'll have the draft on. Over the years, I just don't care as much. It's so easy to just like, you get notifications whenever your team does anything. You get notifications whenever there's a big trade. Like I like to have the app up. But like, I'm also cool. Just like, I'll squat up with the boys on Call of Duty while I have my iPad up with the draft on in the background, like,
the draft
to that. And the Hall of Fame is the exact same with me, especially when it's somebody that's like not on my favorite team. And I love Peyton, but it's like, when Eli's there, I'm definitely going to watch it live. I'm probably going to cry. I don't know.
You're definitely going to cry. You're going to get drunk and you're going to cry.
That'll be I'll get drunk so I can be like, I was just drunk crying. It wasn't me emotionally. And then when Daniel Jones gets inevitably voted into the Hall of Fame many, many years from now with his many championships, and I'm obviously going to do the exact same thing we do with Eli. But it was cool to watch the highlights because you didn't have to watch all the other shit.
I don't care about
your 3rd grade coach's speech about like what you did to anything. Like it's awesome. It's cool. I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last one I watched, like actually turned on and watched, was Brett Favre. So that was what, 4 or 5 years ago. But since then, I always catch, Twitter and online snippets of other ones. I haven't seen a single clip from this one, which is weird considering this is the most clippable one yet because they made sure everyone only had 8 minutes. That was your maximum. They weren't going to let them go Brett Favre 20, or what was he like? He was right around 30 minutes, I think, which was the longest all time. And then Ray Lewis went like 45 minutes on his fucking speech, whatever it was.
His was half of it was a dance.
Yeah. So like now, which is, it's smart. They should be like, all right, guys, like 8 minutes. And then it, like, if you have a Peyton Manning or somebody like that, like you get one guy who's like, okay, you can go whatever you want. And I get like, there was other greats in this one too, but like we all know it's quarterbacks. Quarterbacks should get the long time.
Right. I mean, or like, all-time best, like look at me not being biased. Emmitt Smith, I get it. Like he deserves more time. If Emmitt Smith, like under the 8-minute rules, you would give a bye for him. When Saquon gets in, he'll probably get a little extended time. He's so great. Don't
get me wrong. Woodson probably should get that too, because that dude had a fucking incredible career. I love him forever. He helped bring the Packers to Super Bowl. But like, yeah, it's quarterbacks, all-time great quarterbacks that are in like the top 5 discussion. That's who gets, like, if you're in the discussion for top 5 ever at your position, that's when you have extra time. Everybody else, like, all right, guys, just give us 8 minutes. There's usually like 1 or 2 headliners every Hall of Fame, like the greats of the greats that people want to hear talking. Everyone else is like, all right, yeah, I'd like to hear a little bit about you, but 8 minutes.
Do you give Tom Brady his own day? Like, I know that they split it up into Saturday and Sunday this year because they had last year's class and this year's class. Like Tom Brady, this year's like, we're just going to give Tom Brady Sunday. It's he's going to be the only one inducted that day because he's Tom fucking Brady.
Probably. And maybe it should be like something has to be named after him. Like, obviously you cannot rename the Lombardi Trophy. It's the Lombardi Trophy. It is what it is. But like, maybe when Brady's done, you rename the actual Hall of Fame after Tom, like the Tom Brady Professional Football Hall of Fame.
I don't know.
Like, not necessarily that, but you know what I'm saying? The Super Bowl MVP trophy. Maybe name that the Tom Brady
okay.
Award.
Because I think he's won it more than anybody.
Yeah.
So that would be, just give him that.
Like, it's got to be something to do with the Super Bowl.
Because Lamar Hunt is already the AFC one. He's kind of like, that's like historic, and I'm not sure what the NFC one is, but
no. But yeah, Brady needs something named after.
Brady will just get his own day though when they do that. But
Brady 100% fuck the 8-minute rule, which the 8-minute rule was, maybe it's only going to be around this time because they shortened there's so many people.
Yeah.
And it's still like weird times, but we're like, by the time Brady goes in, yeah, he probably won't get his own day, but
it would be okay if he did.
But he definitely gets as much time as he wants. You think he's going to knock on what's his name's door? What's the commissioner's name of the Hall of Fame?
David Baker.
David Baker. Like, what if Brady just shows up at his door one time and says, "Yeah, give it to me now. I'm not waiting."
I know it's mine, so just hand it on over. No, he makes Bill Belichick do it. I bet, and he'll just growl at him in my ear and I'll frame.
Yeah. What if Brady is like, "Bill, I need you to introduce me," and he's like, "Oh, God damn it, Tom, you bastard."
Yeah, I love this guy. He's a great guy. He's a cool quarterback.
I could go on for hours about Tommy. Me and Tommy.
I mean, you can obviously tell by my excitement in my voice how happy I am to be here.
Kind of pissed he made me wear a suit and tie, but let's just get this over with.
I'm just happy we're talking about football at all.
Right? This feels so good.
And it's like, that's the start of it. And like the Cowboys are hard knocks. The Cowboys are like, it's a lot of Cowboys stuff. Like, I don't fucking care. I can root against them. They lost. They sucked in the Hall of Fame game. I don't know nobody that mattered played, but fuck them. Sucked in the Hall of Fame game. You're only as good as your last game. Your last game, as far as I'm concerned, wasn't good. So
Benvenuti.
By the way, I will completely change that slant if the Giants underperform or the Cowboys also have a good preseason game this coming weekend. So that's only if it goes my narrative. If it fits my narrative, that's the only slant that I'm taking like that.
Well, I mean, the Cowboys are going to be terrible because their best option at quarterback is Dak Prescott, and apparently his arm is just, they don't even know what's happening with it.
He's got one of those. Remember we were talking about a detachable body part a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
He's got like a detachable arm, and they like lost one of the screws.
So his biggest problem is arm accuracy, and he can't feel his arm anymore. Doesn't seem like that's great, especially when you just spent all that money on him.
And
Fuck you, Cowboys.
Yeah, that's like 2 of your 4.
Doesn't matter how many weapons you have if you can't get the ball to any of them.
Yeah.
Fucking Cowboys.
If 2 of your 4 appendages now, problematic. If you had to look at the Carfax report on that, they'd be like, yeah, I mean, he's good, but he had a blown out leg a season ago. Now his arm's not doing too well. I don't know. We might have to take it in for an inspection.
That's totally worth $40 million a year.
But they're talking to like a baseball team. And usually when you talk to people about like something that you used to throw with, like when you talk to baseball injuries like that, it's usually not good. Not that we're not wishing injury on anybody, but it's like, like when a pitcher, like fucking, was it Lance McCullers? He just kind of was out, right? Like he did that in postseason, didn't he?
Yeah.
But like Verlander, where it was like, I'm going to try and go pitch. I'm going to do this. Or you had a couple guys do that. Fucking, what's his damn name on the Mets? The best fucking pitcher in the league right now.
Oh, Philip DeGrom.
Yeah.
Jacob DeGrom.
But like Jacob DeGrom.
Where the hell did Philip come from?
I don't know. It sounds like a pitcher name. Philip DeGrom also sounds like a pitcher name.
It's true.
But like when DeGrom, like he's out, scratched every third start, and it's like inflammation in arm, and it's like that's not something's up that we don't know about, and they're just trying to stretch him out as long as they can. It's kind of like the Verlander thing, where like we're just gonna see how long we can go with it, see if we can pitch with it. Like it's not a good sign.
No.
And I mean, I hope Dak is healthy, and I hope Dak isn't injured, because I would love for Dak to just get the shit kicked out of him and the Cowboys, like with him in the game. Because last year you had to like, well, we didn't have Dak, and it's like that's cool. I would love it if you did have Dak and you still got the shit kicked out of it. So
you had the Red Rifle, who's obviously better than Dak. So
right,
I don't know what their excuses are.
Dude, duh.
K-Town.
K-Tigers. So Peyton Manning, comeback kid this week. Also, the Field of Dreams. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Yankees and White Sox Thursday night, August 12th. That's tomorrow for us right now as we're recording this. They're going to play in a cornfield in Iowa that is adjacent to the actual Field of Dreams field, but it's not the Field of Dreams field, but it's made as kind of like an homage to the Field of Dreams field, because it has to be like fitted for an actual MLB team to play on. This isn't a Mystery Alaska situation where the New York Rangers just show up and play on a pond. And if you haven't seen Mystery Alaska, that's on you. Go look it up.
Fucking see it.
Fucking
great
fantastic movie.
Phenomenal.
Robert, that's
movie.
a sports movie, not dirty or anything. You'd love it. It's a real feel-good movie.
Field of
There's
Dreams? I don't
Mystery
know.
Alaska.
Field of Dreams. Mystery Alaska.
Mystery Alaska.
Yeah, Mystery, Alaska. Mystery. It's the name of the town. The town is called
local
Mystery,
like
Alaska.
men's team that plays the New York Rangers in a pond hockey game. Pretty
Russell
great.
Crowe is in it. Bunch of other guys you'll recognize.
It's a hockey movie.
Hockey
movie.
But
it's a good hockey movie.
But it's about life.
It's about being an underdog, and sometimes being an underdog, you just got to wear that on your sleeve. There's a lot of people like that. Like Jalen Green, Rockets. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
This movie came out before 2000.
Dude, it doesn't feel like it though. If you don't know the date, like I would have said it came out 2006.
I would have said 2002.
I was super late to like the Mystery Alaska party, but like I remember being like,
oh yeah, me too.
Killer movie.
I probably only found out about it in the last half decade.
What
maybe
would
a little bit longer.
What would you guys guess is the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie?
57.
It's 37.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes, they're fucking stupid.
What did we learn from Big Daddy? Most critics are cynical assholes.
Mm-hmm. And the McDonald's breakfast ends.
What's the fan score though?
Audience score 66.
There you go.
Do you trust your peers, or do you just trust assholes that are like, I didn't like the cinematography in this because the soundtrack didn't match the aesthetics of this scene. It's like, bitch, they're fucking playing hockey on a mountain. Fuck you.
You know who trusts the critic score? Fucking elite Yelp reviewers, and those people are douchebags.
We used to have Cole before either of you guys run this podcast. Cole was on this, and he did another podcast then too before he quit both. I mean, I love Cole, but still, I'm just giving him shit. But he is actually still paid to like be a film critic, and I remember like just roasting anything. Like the movie bracket was because me and Curtis just destroyed every opinion he had of any Christmas movie and picked the opposite. Like we did what everybody did to me for Die Hard last year. Like, but we did that with every single pick. Like whatever Cole said, we went the opposite of. And he's like, no, this doesn't make sense. And it was all because he said Love Actually was one of the best Christmas movies ever. And we're like, dude, there's no fucking chance this is winning. And then we just sabotaged all of his picks. But Cole was just like, yeah, dude, there's people that just don't like a certain actor. You don't like a certain thing that somebody does. And some people, they just have like a slight against that. It gets political. And those kind of, reviews and stuff like that. But, and like those Marvel ones, or was it Marvel? There's some movies it's like they only allow critics to see them, so the Rotten Tomatoes score can go up. So it's like it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, yeah, because you allowed 4 people to see the movie and review it, and you knew they were going to give you 100%, or you were never going to let them review any more of your movies. It's like
you also gave them a $2,000 gift bag. So like, yeah, that's what happens at the Oscars and all those movie awards. Like what's the one that's the foreign film critics?
I don't know, the SAG Awards.
It's one of the majors. It's not. Is it the Academy Awards?
Maybe.
That's the foreign film media or whatever. Yeah, they just all the people that get votes on that stuff. Or I mean, it is all of them. The movie producers and shit just send out like $2,000 gift bags.
Yeah, any sponsor and anything that's involved in it. Yeah, they definitely do that.
Like, how do you
most
think,
of those awards shows in Hollywood and stuff?
How do you think Harvey Weinstein, every fucking movie he had, got a nomination? Every single fucking time, because he just paid people off. That's how it works. Same thing with Rotten Tomatoes. Bullshit.
I don't know 100% if that's how Harvey Weinstein did it, but it seems like it made sense when you said it, so I'll allow that. But don't quote us on that.
It was like articles. every fucking movie he produced would get nominated.
I mean, he also like Harvey Weinstein, scumbag, fucking terrible guy, but like he made some dope movies.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't want to even get into that. I fucking hate to like dance around that sometimes. I don't think Gravy Gang's gonna try and cancel us. I just don't ever want to like have a situation where 10 years from now they're like, see, they were arguing for Harvey Weinstein.
Like, it's actually weird though that like now you'll see a movie, like an older movie, you'll watch it and the credits roll up and it's like a Weinstein films and you're just like, ugh.
I feel that way with not Kevin Costner, fucking Kevin Spacey. Like you see him, you're like, maybe not.
Am I even
21?
Allowed?
The Blackjack show, the Blackjack movie, that was on TV the other couple weekends ago, and I was like, this is such a good movie. Oh yeah, he's in. Like I came in like midway through it.
Am I even allowed to rewatch House of Cards now? Or not? I can't say rewatch.
I think it's kind of on brand with what he did in House of Cards. Maybe he's just more aggressive.
But I never watched it.
Hey, that's politics for you. All right.
I saw part of it, but
I heard that Kevin Spacey was just Italian.
Definitely just Italian.
He might have just been Italian.
Spacey's a very Italian name.
But Field of Dreams is back. The Yankees and White Sox are playing a game there. Robert, I heard you kind of talking about like, do you care? Do you care?
No, not really.
I'm a Yankees fan. I don't really give a shit.
Especially because it's not on
they're
the
probably
field.
Gonna get embarrassed. They're probably I mean, it's cool. Like, there's a cornfield, but it's like just do a photo shoot there. Like, I don't really give a shit that you're playing a game there. Like when we're playing a game in London a couple of years ago, and the Yankees and Red Sox went out there. It's like neat. It's just a billion-mile road game.
It was
like, now we just play in
fucking
Iowa.
Like, yeah, like if you're gonna do this, do it. Play on the field. Like if you got to back up the fences a little bit, like you got to cut some of the corn down to make it an actual MLB size field.
They have
or
to
whatever
make
it
a
is.
batter's eye. There were all these rules they were showing they had to do, and it's like I guess I never really thought about batter's eye, but that makes a ton of sense. They did do that where they played at the London stadium that West Ham play at when they were in London. They had to like add stuff to like random parts of the field. I honestly, batter's eye I learned about the batter's eye 2 years ago. I'd always heard the term, but I never I would have never been able to be like, the batter's eye is obviously the giant thing in the outfield that just separates it so you're not like looking into the night. It makes it where you can kind of decipher the ball as it's coming towards you.
Oh, honestly, it's kind of what I thought you were talking about, but I also wasn't sure if you were talking about a camera that whole time.
See, this is the thing I said where the Cody Bellinger played in the Little League World Series at work. Drop that when somebody's talking about, you see the Yankees, the White Sox play a field dream. You know, they had to add a batter's eye. That's why they're not able to play on the real one. You seem like a huge baseball head, like a seam head. And then everybody's like, dude, you know, this guy knows baseball. And you get invited to fantasy leagues and stuff, which may be bad. I actually had to back out of a work fantasy league this year. I did that. I took a step back. You know, I was like, hey, Alex, you're in too many goddamn fantasy leagues. So now I'm in 2.
There you go.
And I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder.
That's what I'm going to be.
Field of Dreams.
Just 2.
Field of Dreams. Hot take. I don't think Field of Dreams is as good as everybody hypes it up to be. It's definitely not the best baseball movie. A lot of people say it is.
I don't think it's the best one, but it's up there.
Is it the best Kevin Costner baseball movie?
Of the 17 that he's made?
People say that it is. It's definitely not.
I know. I definitely see why they would say that. I would say Bull Durham is his best one. I would actually put For Love of the Game number 2, and I would put Field of Dreams number 3, but they're all super close.
I agree with that. I think those are definitely his top 2. I don't know where Field of Dreams falls. I don't think Field of Dreams is a top 2 Kevin Costner movie, like Kevin Costner baseball movie. But like it's a good movie. It's a good movie. What was it, 8 Men Out? I would rather watch 8 Men Out.
I would not. Nothing against 8 Men Out. I think it's a great movie as well.
Just because that one guy tried to blind himself by staring at a candle. And I remember watching that and just like, what? As a kid, I thought that it would really I thought that could happen. Like you could just stare at a flame and blind yourself. And I was like, why would you do that?
I know you're not.
Live with the shame.
It feels like you're shit talking Field of Dreams. I know you're not.
I'm not shit talking Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams is a good movie, but like, don't tell me it's the best baseball movie.
Is
it a top 5 baseball movie? Is it a top 5 baseball movie? I don't know. I think I could name 5 better baseball movies.
Do it. The 2 we already named.
Actually, you give me 5 baseball movies. I'm gonna go look in our old. I think we did a Mount Rushmore of baseball movies. Did we not?
Probably. Or just sports movies would be my guess is what we did. I mean, I'm also going to put Major League and The Natural in my top 5, and those are probably my top 5 baseball movies. Probably actually in that order. So it's going to go for me, Bull Durham, For Love of the Game, Field of Dreams, then The Natural, then Major League. I think that's my top 5 baseball movies.
Robert, do you have any?
I have not seen a single one of them.
It's so heartbreaking to me that you haven't watched the all-time great baseball movies.
So Sandlot counts as a baseball movie, right?
Yes.
That definitely does.
And it's not in your top 5, Pat?
That actually might replace Major League at number 5. Yeah, that definitely replaces Major League at number 5. I was like, as I was saying it, I was like, I know I'm going to be missing something here. Actually, Sandlot probably slides into 4, and The Natural gets moved to number 5. Yeah, that's it.
But Field of Dreams is still in your top 5.
Yeah, it's number 3. Okay. I can't believe that you haven't watched any of them, Robert.
I don't watch old movies. I know that upsets people. That makes people mad, but I just...
All right, here we go.
For you, I would say at least watch For Love of the Game. It's a phenomenal movie.
All right, here we go. It was a mock draft of baseball movies. I'm not sure what year we did it, but it was definitely from a couple of years ago. First pick, 1-1, Bull Durham. Solid pick.
Who had that?
You did, Pat.
Of course, yeah.
It went Bull Durham, consistent. Sandlot, Field of Dreams. So according to Pass the Gravy logic, Field of Dreams is a top 5 movie.
Who took Field of Dreams?
Robert did.
There you go. Having never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Great
I thought
job,
I would pick Sandlot.
What was my second pick?
Pat, you had Bull Durham, For Love of the Game, The Natural, and League of Their Own.
So, like my list is good to know that from what it sounds like I said, I'm very consistent on what I believe in this.
Right. Robert had Field of Dreams, Moneyball, Benchwarmers, and 42. He could not have won that mock draft.
What did you have?
I think I might have. Sandlot, Major League, Rookie of the Year, and Angels in the Outfield. It depends on like.
I mean, it depends on who people are in. You got 4 comedies there, all great movies.
Yeah, Robert, that's a pretty poor showing.
I mean, he's never seen any of those movies.
Right. Yeah, that's true. He's not a big movie guy.
It's crazy. Robert seems like he'd be a movie guy. Am I wrong on that? Like
a specific movie guy.
I do watch movies. I just don't watch old movies.
I feel that. I feel that though, because I feel like I'm that way too. But I also like.
I want to find a way to force
I'm
you
not
to
gonna watch
these.
superhero movies now because like I've missed the gap. I've missed like the boat on that. You know, like all these new ones are coming out. I'm like, I have no idea who Black Widow is, guys.
You could.
So I found the results. This poll came out March 30th, 2018. And Alex did win with 51%.
That's a lot.
Then Pat had 23%.
Okay, blowout win.
And
but I mean that's just because all of our fans are sexist and they didn't want to vote for League of Their Own.
And
throwaway pick.
And I had 25%.
Like the fact that me and Robert were that close shows you that people like to vote against me in polls because I get so angry about it.
Bench warmers. You had bench warmers
in the third round over 42.
It's not a shitty movie, but it's just nowhere near as good a baseball movie as the other ones.
He took it over 42.
And to be fair, Robert was probably drafting from a lot of movies he's not seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm angry again knowing that me and Robert were that fucking close on
That's
that
really
draft.
funny. That's really funny. That's a walk into the past.
Also,
that's everybody.
That's one of those ones too where The Natural probably hurt me because a lot of people probably haven't seen that.
I like nailed the like age range of our audience typically.
Which, if you haven't seen The Natural, I'm not even going to tell you to go see it. Just go fuck yourself.
In the 30s.
Just go fuck yourself if you haven't seen The Natural. It's Robert goddamn Redford.
You should have seen The Natural. But okay, let's move on. Field of Dreams, Comeback Kid, staying with baseball, sort of. Mascots.
We're an hour 30 in.
Yeah, but mascots are back.
Why?
Because because the Rockies might have to change the name of the mascot. Are the Rockies really going to change the name of their mascot?
Probably just to avoid. So for people that don't know, the name of the Rockies mascot is Dinger.
Yell it. Shout it.
No.
Yell it.
It's Dinger. You know, like the guy.
No, pretend I'm standing on the mound. Pretend I'm standing on the pitcher's mound. You're, say, fifth row in the stands. And, like, I want you to shout it so like I can hear it.
So on the broadcast.
Robert, you do it.
There was what people thought they found was someone yelling the N-word very loud and clear in the stadium.
All Sunday afternoon, all Sunday evening, all Monday morning. That was all Twitter was like
twice. Very loud and clear on the broadcast.
One, like, okay, horrible thing. Like, so Dinger, if you look at the video, some people said that he was saying the N-word. Then it was like people were saying like, well, actually the mascot of the Rockies is a dinosaur and his name is Dinger. And if you look at the video, the wider version, like the wider angle of the video, you can see him trying to wave at the mascot. There's a couple other people that are also shouting at the mascot. His name is Dinger. Yes, we understand it sounds bad when you listen. Like if you're listening to it thinking this is the word that was said, I can understand that because I definitely like,
I heard that first.
I put myself through the like, listen to it, thinking it's this, and then listen to it, thinking it's this. And on both of them, if I told myself it was the N-word, I could hear that. If I told myself it was the mascot's name, I could hear that. And it's being picked up on a microphone that we don't know how far away from the guy it was, but it's being like, at stadiums, when they have TV broadcasts, they just go set random microphones in the crowd around stuff. And that's why you hear sometimes like I was bitching about, I think it was a Yankees game that I was like, there was just a guy the whole time that just kept yelling this. Like he just kept yelling, like it was just some kid, and I just want to be like, shut the fuck up, kid. And it's like the field mic can sometimes just be put in a weird spot, and it just kept picking it up, and it sounded bad. I would like to believe that he did not say it.
I'm going to say, I obviously can't say 100%, but I'd say 95%. I'm convinced the guy didn't say it, because if you're just yelling that in the middle of a stadium where it's not that loud,
turn around. Nobody turned around and was like, what the fuck?
Somebody in the stadium would have done something about it. Somebody
not even that.
In that
you would have
section,
seen people in his section turn around and be like, well, even that, like if you went to a game, Robert, if you went to a game and somebody was saying the N-word, just shouting it, would you be like, this, hey man, stop. Like if he said it like 3 times, just yelling it, you'd be like, I'm not saying you would be like, hey sir, can you stop before I come up there and I kick your ass? But like, you'd just be like, who is saying, like, you would look back.
I would definitely be like shocked and be thinking, there's no way he actually said that. Like,
and then he said it enough times to where you would have turned around to like confirm, did he or did he not say that? Or am I just imagining this and going crazy?
So there's people that still believe that 100% he was saying the N-word, and they're like, well, you don't, even the Rockies said, we're not even sure it's that guy because it could have been picked up randomly from anywhere in the stadium. Okay, so you're telling me all the fans in Colorado were just cool with some dude just yelling out the N-word, and nobody in the section turned around and started getting on his ass and calling down security, like, get this guy the fuck out of here? Nobody in your stadium reported this.
You know where Stan Marsh lives?
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah.
You think Stan Marsh is going to stand for that kind of nonsense? He's bat dad.
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
there's not going to happen.
There's too much evidence.
They kick your ass, buddy.
There's too much evidence that he was yelling to the mascot. There's video evidence. I mean, like, once you know that's what he's saying, you definitely hear him saying that. And the fact that nobody in the ballpark reacted to it at all.
That is 2 white guys and Robert saying that this is what we think. Or at least 2 white guys saying that. Robert, what do you think it was?
I could definitely understand them thinking that it was the N-word, but I think, like, if we're being real, we're not talking.
Heart of hearts.
If we're being real, we're not talking about this if he did say it today on the podcast. It's because people think that he didn't say it that we're talking about it.
Oh no, I think it still goes on either way.
Yeah,
I don't think we're talking about it.
I think this guy's life was about to get ruined. Like, that guy would not have made it through Monday if, like, what was weird was just like and I'm not, like, obviously if you're yelling that at a baseball game, like, you need to be kicked out. You need to be like, that's not a place for you to, like, there's no place, in my opinion, for you to be able to fucking do that. But especially like, in a baseball game in like the first like row, and like if you're on TV, like right behind home plate, like that's no organization wants to be a part of that. And the Rockies got out of it because there was a bunch of backlash, like, what are you gonna do, Rockies? And I loved just like I like the there's this commercial with kids right now that's like running where they're like, you can do sustainable farming, you can do this, we need to save the planet. And then some kid at the end is like, I don't know, I'm 6, you figure it out. And it's like, well, he's a kid, he's a kid. It's like, I want a better world for me when I get older. But like, I think it's like 40-year-olds that are also like, oh, the Rockies need to figure out how to prevent this. And it's like, what? Like, just be like, hey, have you ever said the N-word in your life? Okay, well then please don't come into the game. Like how are the Rockies supposed to vet that? Like, when it happens, the only thing they can do is get the guy and eject him out of the stadium. Like, if he were to say it, and it's like, I didn't understand, like, what is your policy for fans yelling inappropriate things other than ejecting them? Like, do you want to just like have him shot on site? Like, I didn't understand. Like, well, how do the Rockies allow this to happen? I don't know. He was a guy that bought a ticket. Like, that's kind of how it works. Like, nobody wants a fan to run on the field. People buy tickets, and when they buy tickets, it's possible for fans to run on the field. Like, that's what happens sometimes. And there's shitty people in the world, and it's possible that shitty people can buy tickets to games and yell shitty things, and microphones also pick up shitty things. I don't know how an organization prevents that.
Well said.
That was what I didn't understand. Everybody's take on Twitter was like, this is just unacceptable that this happened. It's like, yeah, dude.
We all agree.
I know, like, super Like you're not. I hate when people go online and like I can't stand baseball teams that allow this to be going on in their stadiums and auditoriums. And what does the fan base have? Any Rockies fan, what do you have to say now? And I was like, I'm not that guy. I don't know him.
You're right. They're like,
I don't support what he said, but it's like, it's just people going there to like suck their own dicks about how like non-racist they are to get like likes and retweets. And like, I think like, and yes, it's a fucking terrible thing if that was what was said. I personally, in my white brain that I've bragged about being very wrinkly, I think in the amount of times I've watched, I do not think that I think he was trying to flag down he was a guy trying to wave at a mascot.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think it was. And then like there were people that when that was used as an excuse before we talked to the guy, we don't think this is what happened. When that happened, they're like, well, what is a grown ass man doing trying to yell at a mascot? And I was like, dude, do you ever like those are the people that like don't watch sports and then they see like Coach K push a basketball player and like, how the fuck is he allowed to coach these kids? Like,
anybody
like he does that, but like it's like, what do you think, dude? Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know.
Anybody that has that take about who would try and flag down a mascot obviously is not from Houston.
I would get hammered and try and take a picture with Orbit all the time.
Right? Like if I see Orbit, I'm yelling at Orbit. Orbit's the best. Dude, think about if you're in Philly. If you see the Philly Fanatic, you're yelling. If you see Gritty, there's nothing I wouldn't do for Gritty.
I would not do that in Philly, actually. Neither of those.
Gritty fuck you! Stupid. You can hate Philly because obviously they're rivals of your team. I get it.
No,
you cannot deny those are
Team
two
Orbit
of the best
over Team Philly Fanatic all day.
Excuse
me for siding with Orbit over the Philly Fanatic. And I think
so
you have to pick one or
but
two.
The Philly Fanatic is an all-time great. You can recognize that it's great.
I'm Team Orbit.
And also, don't even try and deny Gritty.
Is he fun? Yes. Do I hate him? Yes.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just saying you can't deny.
I'm not gonna hate a mascot
great
as much as I hate players. Like I haven't watched Hard Knocks, but my buddy was texting me about it. Like I watched all the highlights this morning, so I felt like I saw most of Hard Knocks, but I watched like all the important parts that they put on the internet, and so it was like, yeah, dude, it's like really hard to hate Dak, and I was like, oh, I'll hate him. Like I'll hate him. I'll know that it's not like just, but like I'll hate him.
No, it's not hard to hate
is Dak Prescott like a good person? No, this time he okay with his mom and stuff. Like if he was an Olympic athlete, I would fucking love Dak Prescott because he has
it's not hard
overcoming adversity and stuff like that. But like, fuck him, he plays for the Cowboys. I don't have a problem hating him.
Exactly. That's why I have no problem hating him.
I don't fucking care.
Fuck him.
John Lester, he overcame cancer. Fucking hero. Fucking amazing human being. He played on the Red Sox. I was like, fuck him, dude.
Right?
Good. I'm glad you beat it, but fuck you, dude. You're playing against my team.
Never heard anything bad about
fuck
Aaron
your
Judge.
Health. Just fuck you.
Never heard a bad thing about Aaron Judge. Fuck him.
Fuck him. Too tall.
Fuck him. It's simple. You play for the Lakers. Fuck you.
The people that like
you
that's how our brains work.
Fuck you.
We're sports fans. That's how. Like I don't give a fuck how many Little League World Series you played in Bellinger. Fuck you.
I can't tell you how many times in my life I have used the line from Rookie of the Year when the opposing team is batting and I go, hey, I know you're a decent human being, but right now I hope you die like a dog.
Right. But people like on Twitter, and I love the people on Twitter that just like, that's how they live their lives. That they think like Twitter's real life. Twitter's not. Twitter is like, just, I like to fuck around on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Today I was talking about how Tony Montana, he fucking built the Galvez Hotel.
I tweet out great
was like, are you telling me this happened? You're telling me Tony Montana built? I was like, that's what I'm telling you, dude. He's an entrepreneur. He builds things. Like I'm fucking around. Like chill out, man. Like don't take it so serious.
I use Twitter for three things: this show, finding things that make me laugh, and getting angry about things that I like to get angry about. That's Twitter. But I understand that that's what I'm doing.
This show.
That's what I'm saying though. I understand that I'm just gassing up my own anger. Most people just get angry about the things. They're like, I can't believe this. I'm like, no, I mean, I'm purposely seeking it out because I thrive on anger. I like to be angry about shit.
And I feel like I do too.
It makes me
also
feel
thrive
better
on
to
other
feel
people getting
bad.
angry at what I say. Also, just as
Yeah.
long as it's not like gonna end my life or career.
I don't take it seriously. I just get angry.
But like me and like the USA soccer train, like the people who got upset with it were very big soccer guys, and I was like, but it's funny because you're really mad when I post a building that's Nakatomi Plaza, and you post 6 pictures proving to me that it's not the old Enron building. That's funny to me.
Yeah.
That you just did research to show me that what I already knew is true. So I don't give a fuck. Like,
bro,
yeah, man,
you're
I know.
making
I
my
posted
day
that
while I'm ruining yours. It makes it even sweeter.
But like it's people posting like, why would a grown man want to flag down a mascot? Because he's at a baseball game, dude.
Why do
He's
mascots
drunk.
exist?
I don't like. Yeah, to take pictures and hug people, and they can't
To
really
make-
hug right now, so it's to take pictures
To make people feel good. That's what I
and
meant.
throw
So, like,
pies in people's faces and do weird things.
How dare you put an age limit on a mascot? How dare you?
Yeah. Right.
I want to hug Orbit right this second.
But like, I love when when
And
that
I will
happens.
never
Like,
lose that
tell me
feeling.
you don't really have any friends or interact with anybody ever without telling me you don't have any friends or interact with anybody ever.
Right?
Because okay, cool. Tell me you don't watch baseball without telling me you don't watch baseball.
Like, it's a wild take to be anti-mascot.
I'm a Giants fan. If I was at a Texans game and Toro, that's the Texans mascot, right?
Yeah.
If he's, I'm like, Toro! Like, I would lose my shit. Sammy Bearcat, when I was at Sam Houston, I loved Sammy Bearcat. And we had like a blow up like air version of that. And it was Sammy Aircat. And it was awesome.
It's well documented. I don't give a shit about basketball. If I see Clutch,
The
public,
fat bear, it's like tight.
Are you kidding me? I'd kill for Clutch. Dude,
They have
if
mini
you
Clutch,
brought
which
back
is baby Clutch. He's like a smaller version of Clutch.
Bro, if you brought back Turbo, who used to do, he wasn't even a mascot. He was a guy in a suit that would jump on a trampoline, flip in the air, and dunk. I would lose my fucking shit if you showed me Turbo and brought him back. Mascots are awesome, and if you don't like them, I'm sorry that you don't want to be alive. Like, if you hate life that much that you're anti-mascot, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm anti-N-word first. I'm pro-mascot second, though. And so it's like, stop trying to just and like, I understand that people like I don't know. Robert Ford of the Astros put a really good post on his Twitter and his Instagram about like, I don't seek out like ways to be upset about hearing these things. He is African American, so like I take what he says. Like you should listen to what he says more. But he at first was like, I think that this is what it was said. That's what it seems like was said. And then when they came back, he was like, obviously the Rockies have retracted that a little bit. And like, it was like, you're allowed to hear what you hear, but he didn't like call for some guy to be like doxxed and anything like that. Like it's a hateful thing to do. It's a shitty fucking thing to do. It's a terrible fucking thing to do. But like trying to go out like and look for it. And then like, even if like, it's the people that didn't watch it. Like if you were watching the Marlins and Rockies game at the time and you were like, whoa, dude, like what the fuck? Like, I understand if you were just random guy in Toledo, Ohio that like woke up Monday morning, saw a clip and then like tried to dox some fucking fan that you thought was this guy that was yelling that stuff. Like, you're a shitbag.
Here's who I hate too, is the person who tweets it out like, I'm pretty sure all this came from like one tweet. Now, I'm sure there was multiple tweets that were highlighting it, but pretty sure we all saw the same one where the guy was like, there's a fan yelling this openly and on broadcast during the game, blah, 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 blah. And then they have a follow-up tweet. It was just a two-tweet thread. And then in the comments is where, because that's where I saw it. I heard it and I go, holy shit, I started scrolling through the comments. That's when I found out that where people were like, no, he's saying dinger. Look, you can see him looking over at the mascot, yada, yada, yada. All this goes on for a couple days, and never once does the person who threw out the tweet even acknowledge it. Like, dude, I know you've seen it, but you're just going to leave it up there to try and stoke the fires. Like, you can't. Now, if you still hear it,
well, I had a viral
so
tweet one, and then also,
but like at least
I think it was
acknowledge.
Brinson of the Marlins says that's what he heard. He says he heard the N-word, and he's allowed to feel the way he wants to feel. I hope to God that that's not what the fan was saying, but then just the like outrage at the Rockies, not for like maybe like for the fan, like what are the Rockies supposed to do to prevent people from saying things? Yes, you discourage that, but like at every game you've been to, like please we discourage harassment of any kind. Like they have that like generic announcement that they usually do at least once a game over the loudspeaker. You can't enforce that until it happens. And it's like, how are they supposed to just be able to like predict that shit? And then like the people that were just like, well, how dare the Rockies have a mascot with a name that could resemble that? And they're like, because they don't assume that when you're saying dinger, people are going to think you're yelling the N-word. Like I guarantee that wasn't like, hey, all right, so mascots, we're a baseball team. We got a cool dinosaur. That's pretty sick. There's a lot of stoners in Colorado. You can smoke weed here. They're probably gonna love dinosaurs. That's gonna be a fucking hit. Yep, cool. What do we like? What's a cool like baseball term? Dinger, home run. All right, tight. Let's go dinger. Like there's nobody. Now on the scale of 1 to this sounds like the N-word when people yell at games. Are they gonna? What are we thinking on dinger? I don't think that was a part of the name selection process.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out how long dinger. Since 1994. So since 1994, this has been confused with each other.
Much newer, actually. So that's
yeah. So we're going on 17 years where it's never been a problem beforehand, at least not nationally. Maybe people have yelled it out in the past, and some of the same was like, did they just say? Oh no, they were talking about mascot. But also, in all the games I've ever watched on TV, and in all the games I've ever been to in public, this has happened 0 times before that I've heard. So like the people that get mad at Colorado Rockies, like how can you allow this? It's never happened before. So you can't expect them to predict something that's never happened. Like it's not like this is European soccer.
The reading
where
too, there were also people sitting in the section that guy was in that was saying he was trying to get the attention of the mascot.
Yeah. But also it's not like European soccer where they have to have the signs around the outside that say no to racism. It doesn't really come up as much around here. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It definitely does. There's shitbags everywhere. But it's not so prevalent that like literally we have to have reminders at every moment, like European soccer, who are, goddamn, you think American fans are bad? Holy fucking shit. European soccer fans are bad. But I think we've covered this enough.
Yeah, it's like, don't fucking say dumb shit at baseball games, but also like
don't be racist. Pretty fucking simple.
And it's another one of those things where it's like Twitter found its thing to be upset about, and then people that were like, "Hey man, I live in Colorado. The mascot's name is actually Dinger." A lot of people were like, he's a cool mascot. A lot of people yell like the name of the mascot. I think that's what he was doing. And then they'd be like, "That's absolutely nowhere. What's a grown man do?" It's like, well, I don't know. That guy knows about the Colorado Rockies. You have a hashtag resist thing in your profile, and you're allowed to do what you want to do, but like all of your tweets are politically charged at somebody. The only time they're sports related. I'm going to go with the guy that tweeted about the Rockies the last 27 days.
And this is the first time you've ever watched the Rockies, and it was only this clip.
Yeah, you saw a clip.
So
you don't watch the
70% chance that they're going to change the mascot's name now?
I would say 100% almost.
I don't want to say 100. I think it's probably going to happen just because that's how it works.
You got to do it.
But
then I wanted to tweet
again.
this. I wanted to tweet this. Robert advised me against it. If anybody wants to go with during an Astros game, say that your 1-month-old is very upset and asks you, "Daddy, why are they calling the batter a whore bitch?" And then just correct it 5 minutes later. But actually, it looks like they were trying to wave down orbit. That's all you. That's your creative content. You take that, you run with it. Robert advised me not to do that, but if anybody in the Gravy Gang wants to do that, hilarious. Or any other mascots names that rhyme with something funny, but not racist, as long as it's not racist.
But also, if you think it's funny and at a game, you yell out "whore bitch" at Orbit, I'll fight you.
Don't.
Respect our Orbit.
We don't call Orbit whore bitch.
I love Orbit. You love Orbit. We all love Orbit.
Orbit's awesome.
He's cute. He runs around in his underwear. He's the best.
He's crazy. Guy's wild. He's a wacky guy. Let's move on to the what would Jesus. No, we're not. Is that it? No, we're not done.
One more.
What do we got? One last.
South Park. Now you saw the deal that they signed, right?
They got a lot of money.
Yeah, 6 years, $900 million. All of a sudden my fucking thing doesn't want to load, but I don't remember how many more. It was like 8 more seasons and 14 movies over the next 6 years.
That's so much.
That is so many movies.
So
14 movies.
I would have understood like
because
4 movies would have made sense. 14?
Here's what they're going to do. the Imagination Land arc. It was 3 episodes. Instead of making that 3 episodes, they're just going to make it into a movie. Boom. That's what they're going to do. There's already
left.
There's already by the end of the year, they're supposed to have one out, and it's one surrounding Butters. So
I don't give a fuck about Butters.
Oh, fuck you! I love Montekia. Basically, like, Butters has had like 5 episodes
South
surrounding
Park.
him.
I've checked out on it lately.
I love South Park.
I'm not. I think it's still funny, and every time it's like they have a marathon of it on like Comedy Central, I'll watch it. But like, I used to tune in to South Park. Like, man, I wonder what they're gonna say about this, and it's just like I just haven't as lately, or as much lately. But like, I still think they're awesome. Robert got me to buy that fucking South Park video game. I bought the Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, the Fractured Butthole is great. I love the Fractured Butthole.
Great. It was a great game.
And the one before it was fucking great too. I'm losing the name of it, but
the Stick of Truth.
Stick of Truth.
The Pick of Destiny, but that's Tenacious D.
But I mean, for me, like, Halo will always be my number one love in gaming, and South Park will always be my number one love on comedy shows. They were there for me when I was young. I grew up with them. They were just, especially South Park. It was so like it came out when I was either 7 or 8. It was fart jokes and just childish humor, and I've never grown out of it. It's
still Pat today.
It's fucking beautiful. I still say to this day, Cartman's the greatest TV character of all time. He's a fucking little piece of shit psychopath.
You've modeled your entire life after him, really.
Basically, I used to be in shape, guys. I got fat just because I like Cartman. It's a bit that I've been doing for 10 years.
Batman.
I fucking love those masks. And just Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
It's funny because they get written off as like just a bunch of like idiots and like stoners or whatever, but like
they're geniuses.
They have the wrinkly fucking brain power that goes into that show that people don't like. It is a silly, dumb, goofy show hidden behind terrible animation, but like that's what makes it so great. Is like
they wrote a fucking
get
play
the little
about
niche
Mormons.
Jokes. Yeah, they wrote an entire thing that like is running
97 Tonys.
But it's running year round. Like
I gotta see it. Have
multiple casts of the Book of Mormon that are touring right now, probably at least during a non-pandemic time. Robert, you saw it. You said it was awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really funny.
Yeah, it won 97 fucking Tonys.
Did you like it better than Hamilton?
No.
Wow. No. Actually, I would have said that either way to whatever your response was, because.
It's weird because Hamilton's a movie now and Book of Mormon isn't. So you'd think that Robert would go for Book of Mormon because he doesn't watch movies, but okay.
Well, Hamilton was a play first.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say about it is this. I just found it hilarious. Somebody said this on Twitter and I had to agree. When this deal broke, they were constantly just putting pictures of Trey Parker and Matt Stone like on the image when you search it on for every article, and every single one of them was just back in the day when they went to the Academy Awards in dresses, because there's no new pictures of them because these dudes are super famous. Everyone knows who they are, and they just don't interact in public life. They just make the show and stick to themselves. Yeah. It's fucking love those guys.
They were saying at one point, they were like early on in the pandemic, like the pandemic might have been the best thing to happen to us. Like we hate dealing with people. This is giving us time to like hang with each other, like to do this.
It's
also just shout out Bill Hader. That's involved so much in South Park. He's on the credits. He's on the credits. He's not the creator of South Park, but like Bill Hader
He's a writer.
Is like every voice you don't know is probably Bill Hader.
We would have never known if not for that 6 Days to Air documentary. And they didn't even address that was the best. They didn't even fucking address that he was on the show.
Well, I always would see him on the credits, and I would just like, that's crazy.
I never noticed it.
Like, what is he? Oh, that's him.
But like
he's always the bad guy and everything.
Yeah, they did the documentary, and they didn't even address that he was in the room. They just scanned through the writer's room, and he was sitting there, and that's all you saw of Bill Hader in the documentary. They didn't even try and shoehorn him into it. It was God. It's fucking. I love South Park, guys. I love South Park. All right, 2 hours in. Let's get to segment 3.
I love Alamo Remedy CBD. I love Alamo Remedy. It's the best. Dude, I don't know what's been going on. I've got is like Achilles, is my calf. I feel like I need to go back to the chiropractor. I've been leaning a lot lately. Maybe that's my left calf / like ankle has been bothering me lately. But what I do every night is I'll use the cucumber melon lotion, rub that bad boy on there, and it feels better the next morning. It's awesome. I love Alamo Remedy CBD. Like, you try all the products and you tell us which one you like the best. My personal 2 favorite are the cucumber melon lotion. It smells like it's yogurt. Don't eat it like yogurt. It does not taste like yogurt, and it's also not edible, so don't do that. But I also really like the gummies. The gummies are the tits. My mom likes the gummies as well. My grandmother likes the gummies. If you got like anxiety, just start with a half of a gummy. Then, just work up to maybe doing a full gummy, because sometimes you do the one and you just want to go to sleep. And if you want to just go to sleep, if it's just to go to sleep, pop a gummy in, you're good. But if you're trying to do it and function, if you're having some anxiety during the day, pop a half a gummy, you'll feel great. I love that stuff. The hemp, that's the tincture lotion, the tincture oil, which is just the droplets you put under your tongue, the capsules, and then all the others, the gummies and the lotion. Those are $17.99, and the hemp flour, that is $19.99. You can get it at almoremedy.com. At Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Instagram. Use our promo code at their website, almoremedy.com. Use our promo code PTG. You're going to get 10% off your order. almoremedy.com. The best CBD products in all of the land. And
you know what else?
Sponsor of our WWJD segment.
I was going to say, what else I like to do? Like you said, if you're going to sleep, you take half a gummy, take a little bit of the lotion, rub it on your chest. Like when you're a little kid and you're sick and your mom rubs that shit on your chest and it smells great. Rub a little bit of the cucumber melon. It'll soothe you and help you go to sleep.
Oh, I bet. And you smoke cucumber melon all night.
Bro, I've been doing that, and it's so nice at night right before you go to sleep.
That's what I'm about. I'm going to do that tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it tonight. Mark,
life hack.
Dude, cucumber melon lotion. Get it. It's the shit. AlamoRemedyCBD.com. Promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off your order. AlamoRemedyCBD.com.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, this week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our good buddy, Brett Brandon, the only person in the history of this podcast to ever propose during the podcast or during a podcast, right? A live podcast. The first passing a proposal is Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ on Twitter. His What Would Jesus Do this week is, would Jesus be able to make any kind of wine or just red? If more than one type, do you get to choose, or is it a you get what you get kind of situation? I think this is kind of going into our discussion last week. I really appreciate everybody's feedback on our
Fuck you, Brett.
Maybe our most combative. What would Jesus do?
I was going to say contentious, but combative is probably an even better word for it.
It was combative. I love you, Pat. I love you, Robert. It was mostly Pat and I arguing, I felt like, but I love you, Pat. It's just two guys, it was just two dudes being dudes. And I think sometimes we butt heads, and that's what guys do,
Like all of my best friends, yes, I love you, but I also fucking hate you.
Right.
You piss me off.
I love to hate you, and I hate to love you. And it's like I'm going back and forth with that. Like I love you, and I know I love you.
We challenge each other. That's what makes it
we
good.
tell each other we love each other all the time. I'm always like, I love you, bro.
I love you, buddy.
I love you, Robert.
Love you too, Robert.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, don't worry. There's enough love here. No matter how many times you say it, I love you enough to,
I like
even
you guys
if you don't
too.
love me. Wow.
This is how he gets wheezy. I understand. I want his love even more now.
I had a girlfriend that dumped me one time in high school.
Brag about
I
it.
remember she told me that maybe it was just the chase. I was like, what did I do? She's like, it's not you. It's not you. It's me maybe. And it was like, I think it was just the chase. And I was like, oh, because I fucking liked her. And then she realized it. She's like, I don't fucking care anymore, Alex. And that's what Robert does. But Robert plays so hard to get. He knows you're like, but like me, why don't you like me? and he gets inside your head. And like I try not to let it happen, but I think Robert does that, and that's how he gets all the dogs. So I was like,
Let's get
wait, I'm
back
a
to the
dog.
question.
I'm great, and Robert just gets you.
Let's get back to the question though, because
That's
I
what
wanna
Brett
know-
was going to last
I
week.
want
'Cause
you
I was
to
like,
answer
he has
this
off
first.
days. I think whatever the first wine that Jesus made is like the wine that Jesus makes. If it's a Cabernet, I think it was a red wine that he first made when he had to turn water into wine. I'd like to think it was a Cabernet. And I think it was just a Cabernet ever since then. And you get a Cabernet, you might get varying degrees of Cabernet, but I don't think you're going to get a Zinfandel from JC, which then goes towards my point last week where I was like, maybe he can't make that yellowtail Pinot Grigio that you want. He can make wine. Wine's awesome. Like nobody's gonna bitch. Like as not a non-wine drinker, if you showed up with like a Merlot, I'd be like fucking tight, dude. Like I don't know wine, but I think what Jesus made is Jesus's wine. It's like wizards, you know. What was Harry Potter? Is you're a Patronus? Like you get a wine that you make, and that was Jesus's, whatever it was.
It's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, you were doubting the Lord and Savior.
I'm not doubting him.
Jesus
Just
can
say,
make whatever
that's-
goddamn wine he
You
wants to
think
make.
you think he's a fucking like Coke machine?
I
Like
think
you can
he
just
has
push the
magical
Dr.
Jesus
Pepper
powers.
button and he makes you whatever. Like I don't think that's how he works, bro.
I think he has magical Jesus powers.
I don't think Jesus is a fucking wine seller.
You think he can heal lepers and make the blind see, but when it comes to making wine, he's like, guys, sorry, I only got one tap. I can heal every disease, but when it comes to making wine, I'm a one-trick pony. No.
Okay. To walk that back a little bit. One trick pony. Oh, you mean the only guy that I've ever known that can just turn water into wine? Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'll settle.
He could cure.
Hey, Jesus, I have this
every
bag of
offshoot
water.
of
And he's like, I
cancer.
can turn it into Merlot. And you're like, I don't give a shit. Do it. Let's go.
What if you're like,
Like-
I'm not actually a big Merlot fan. I actually like a drier Chardonnay. And Jesus is like, all I got is the Merlot, bro. No, he's Jesus. He can make any wine he wanted.
No, but like it's like, dude, do you not appreciate what your
You can
Lord
appreciate
and
it.
Savior has given you? If you appreciate
Of course,
what
you would
get,
appreciate it.
or you don't. And
But
think
I would
that you
also never
appreciate
doubt his
whatever he
power.
has. I think he's a Cabernet guy to be real. If we're going specific wine, I think Jesus is a Cabernet guy because to me, like seems like as a non-wine guy, I feel like I've heard Cabernet the most.
I would
talking
agree with
reds.
you on that.
I would say that a red would probably be, if you had to pick one, that would be what he went with. But I would say Cabernet just because I've heard it the most times. Probably.
Here's the
would
thing.
be what he would do.
Here's the thing. Jesus' power comes directly from him. Capital H him. You know, the big guy upstairs, big G
The
guy.
band, him.
If his
H.I.M..
power is coming directly from God and God is all powerful, then why would Jesus not also be all powerful?
I think Jesus is all powerful, but
Except when it comes to wine, apparently.
he's not a karaoke machine. He's not just gonna play any song you have. He's a guy that can turn water into wine. That's
No,
wine. It's done.
Jesus is the internet. He can make anything you want.
As long as it's Cabernet or
I hate you
Merlot
so
or
goddamn
whatever,
much.
the one kind. Robert, what do you think? Do you think he'd be like a fucking soda fountain?
Last week I was with Pat, and this week I'm with you, Alex. I
Yeah.
think it's just one type.
Fucking slap you both in the face so hard right now.
Wheezy, Robert picked me. Oh, Wheezy's wagging her tail. Wheezy's fucking jacked. Robert picked us. I think it's a lot for like, hey, learn how to heal lepers. Also, how to heal, how to die for everyone's sins. But then, by the way, like you got to remember what everybody's favorite wine is too. No, I don't think that was at the bottom of his list. I think they needed wine, and he was like, "You need, I have done."
I just can't
Beggars
envision
can't
a
be
scenario.
choosers. You can't be like, can we get 2 Zinfandels, a Cabernet, some Merlots, and then again Pinot Grigio? I know 5 wines. I feel like that's it.
Chardonnay.
Like,
Here's the
Chardonnay.
thing. I can't envision a scenario. Actually, there's a scenario I'm envisioning in my head right now. It's my grandmother up in heaven sitting next to Jesus. And he's like, "You want a drink?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he taps the water and it turns into red wine. And she would stare right through him and go, "You know I drink Chardonnay." And there's no possible way Jesus would be able to be like, Nah, sorry, can't do it. She would stare at him until Jesus manifested the powers of being able to
No,
make
he
Chardonnay.
would just call an angel to bring over a damn thing.
I don't think Jesus uses servants like that.
wanted.
Jesus would. It's her paradise.
I don't think
So
he
she's
does,
gonna have
but he
whatever she
has like
wants.
Secret Service. He's the son of God, dude. Like you get the Secret Service on you all the time.
See, here's one thing now. If you were going to say that while he was on earth, he only had selected powers, now you're saying that in heaven, Jesus isn't all powerful. Now you're just talking out of your ass.
I'm saying Jesus can get you whatever you want. He just can't make it all. He's not a
just-
cow. A cow can't make chocolate milk and regular milk, all right?
Exactly. Jesus is not a cow, so he would be able to make chocolate and regular milk if he needed to. He's Jesus.
Okay, that backfired a little bit. I meant it, and then
You
like,
fucking idiot.
but like, you can't just use him for like whatever wine you want, you know?
My sister's
If
in the
you-
kitchen
I need
baking right
wine.
now, and she's probably like, God damn it, this kid is a fucking moron. About both of us, actually. But
But she can't hear my end, so.
yeah, I know she can't. She just hears me railing away like a fucking lunatic. By the way, Cassie, you better leave some of that peanut butter fudge for me.
Peanut butter fudge? I want peanut butter fudge.
Dude, it was my grandmother's recipe. Or no, sorry, my great grandmother's recipe. And it's fucking dope.
That's what's up.
One way or the other, I'm gonna steal some from her. So
All right, so I think it's 2-1. Robert and I agree. Jesus would have a specialty wine. That would be his house wine. His
I'm not
house
saying he
wine. And it's
doesn't
literally the
excel at
house
one more
of God.
than the other.
It's that his house is the house of God. So the house of God wine, if that's not good enough for you, go fuck yourself. Like, you can't be picky when it's literally from the house of God.
Pretty sure Jesus would turn water into bourbon for me.
That's a whole nother thing. He's not a soda fountain, dude.
You're right. He's not a soda fountain, just like he's not a cow. He's Jesus.
He's not any of those things. He's
Fucking
Jesus.
Christ.
Pat, tell everybody about Southern Star. Because
Guys, I
what's
gotta
not
tell ya.
cool is when you're thirsty and you want a beer and they don't have the fucking Southern Star Pilsner, bombshell Pilsners at your HEB. I'll tell you, like, that's an early not cool. This is the sponsor now. When you don't have a goddamn fucking Southern Star Pilsner, and I was like, hey, do y'all have the Southern Star Pills? Because they had the guy there loads of stuff. He's like, yeah, we ain't got a shipment of those yet. And he's like, I don't think they're out yet. And I was like, oh, they're out.
Yeah.
They're out, buddy.
Apparently,
I
it's
know.
only Conroe getting them because I ain't seen it anywhere. But
I feel like I live in a prison.
just when you walk through and you can't find what you're looking for, all of a sudden something else delicious pops up. Guys, Oktoberfest is back. I was walking through the store today. I didn't see the pills. I was angry, but I saw this orange can and I was like, oh, I know what I'm drinking today. Because even when they don't have what you wanted, what you were looking for, Southern Star always, hold on, let me rephrase that. When they don't have what you're looking for, they always still have what you want. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're rolling with it, Robert.
They have what you need.
There you
What
go.
you
That's a
deserve.
better way of putting it. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find Southern Star has what you need. There you go. I just came up with that off the top of my head. That was pretty poetic of me. So this will be gone by the time you guys hear this, but you should already know about it because you should be keeping up with Southern Star. Tonight, Renaissance Festival King's Party. The king of the Ren Fest is going to be there. I saw that in a post earlier. If you like to run, I don't know why you would. I don't know why you would hate yourself that much, but beer run this Saturday, 5K. Drink a bunch of beer. Run a little bit. Be healthy. I don't know. I don't want to do it, but you can. Then this is one that sounds awesome to me. This Sunday, I'm not even going to open up what it says to get the description. It's beer yoga. Pretty sure we can all picture out what that is. Yoga has always seemed dope to me. I've never done it. I would like to go do this, but I work on Sunday. That sounds fucking cool as shit. I'm weirdly flexible. I think I'd be great at yoga. You give me beer afterwards. It sounds like a great time.
Pat is weirdly flexible.
Yeah. I'm a freak athlete. I just didn't keep up with the body.
Remember
And guess
the
what?
presidential fitness in school or what?
I
when you had
rocked
to
it.
do the, yeah, Pat could do like the all the way behind your back, like where you'd touch your like fingers to fingers. Try
Oh,
and
I
like
can still
put
do
your,
it.
yeah, like try and put your right hand below your back and then your other hand over it and like touch your fingertips. Pat could do it, and like everybody else was like, wow. I remember being in the gym watching people just be amazed at Pat being able to do that.
They're like, you're a 17-year-old alcoholic. How are you doing these things? I don't know, man.
So
I
that's
just do it.
probably why you would love yoga.
Yeah. And guess what? If you go up to beer yoga, bet you they have the new pills there.
Let's just
And
go. Can we go on a Southern Star date and just get some fucking pills? I just want to get some pills. Not
I
like,
see. Here's the thing. The
like
Southern Star dates
pills
usually
hook up, yeah.
need to happen on the weekend. and I
Pop some
work weekends
pills.
now. And I just took like 2 out of the last 3 weekends off, so I can't keep doing it. But we'll plan something. We'll get up there.
You took 2 of
'Cause
the
I
last
miss
2
the
weeks off
guys.
to not hang out with me. Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
I had engagements. I had a wedding, and then my grandmother's, mass. So,
Well, I'll walk one of those back.
but either way, guys, go up there. Hey, Oktoberfest is back on tap. Get some of that. Get some of the pills. Get some of the Sunday brunch.
I killed 4 of the Oktoberfest already today. They're so good. It's just
I'm on
once it
number
hits the
3.
lips, once it hits
I'm about
the
to
lips,
crack
it's
4.
so good.
Hey, say you don't want to just waste all the gains you had in yoga. Get yourself a little low-cal IPA. Low-cal.
While it lasts.
Everything that you want, Southern Star has a variant of it that you will love.
Except Darling Like a Marlin. This is one of 3 remaining.
Well, I would
On the
say
planet.
the variant of that you will love is their
The
lemon
Delta
pie.
variant of the Darling Like a
Don't
Marlin.
do
No,
that.
but it's like it's a cool variant.
Don't do
The
that.
Southwest variant. The Southwest variant.
Disavow that statement. I disavow that
we'll
statement.
cut that part out, Robert.
We say it every week, guys. You love them. We love them. Southern Star Beer. They'll find a beer that you like. There will be
At Southern Star
a beer that
BC,
you
at Southern
love.
Star Brewing Co. on Twitter, Instagram. Give them a follow. Let them know you heard about it from the
They're
beginning.
not
You
at
guys are
all like
best.
the Delta variant.
I just meant like it's fucking stronger than us. Like they're stronger than us.
Delta variant's not
Southern
stronger than me.
Star. Southern Star is
Look at that.
right. Yeah, I don't know. Cut that
It's
bombshell
not.
part, or cut the Delta variant part out. But yeah, Southern Star Brewing Company. Hit them up. Let them know that you support the Gravy Gang, and if you're drinking a Southern Star or listening to us, or while doing anything, tag us, tag them. Let them know that you care about the show and that you heard about them on the Gravy Gang. And if you're up at the brewery, be like, "Yo, I'm Gravy Gang." They'll hook you up. They'll get you. Southern Star Brewing Company, the official sponsor of our Not Cool segment this week. Let's get to it.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Who wants to go first on Not Cools this week?
I will.
Yes.
And actually, I just thought of one that it's not cool. It kind of makes me sad. Maybe a sunset looks different to Robert than it does to us because there's reds and shit in there.
It
Oh,
does.
shit.
Mhm.
Do you enjoy sunsets, Robert?
Well, I guess because
Or do you hate 'em?
I mean, I see what I see, so I don't realize that I'm
What does
missing
a sunset
out.
look like to you?
I guess
A fucking
red,
sunset.
orange, and sometimes like I do know like, oh, I'm missing purples or I'm missing, I don't know, blues, and that I just don't see, that I don't even know I see until I ask someone else.
My fucked up brain just was like, I should get Robert to like take a picture of the sunset and then draw us the colors he thinks it is. But I was like, but Robert can't see colors, so how would Robert be able to do that?
I just figured out how to get him to say he loves us. We've said it for years. We got to get him those glasses that let you see all the colors that you can't see, and we're gonna
And
take
then
him
you'll
to
see him and you'll love
we're gonna
us because
take
you
him to a
saw it.
sunset. We're gonna because nothing's more beautiful than a sunset.
Single
He
tear
has
down
to
my
say it.
eye.
Robert will cry and say he loves us,
And we'll film it, and that'll be our new him saying cunt.
or we'll get super excited that he's gonna say he loves us, and he's gonna be like, "Thanks," and then
And
we're
then
gonna
we'll feel
cry.
like idiots. And then we'll feel like idiots.
And then
We
we're
spent
gonna cry.
hundreds of dollars on glasses.
Shit, I was never so excited for an idea until I thought it out. Thought Robert might not say he loves us, and now I'm scared.
He definitely wouldn't. You know, he
But-
That's
would.
the risk you take.
But that one literally just popped in my head. My real one is, do you guys know what Houston Restaurant Weeks is?
Yes, I know you hate restaurant weeks though.
So didn't
My
think I
mom
could.
actually was suggesting we go. She was like, "Hey, you, Emma, your dad, your brother, his girlfriend. We should all go out to like Houston for Houston Restaurant Weeks." And I was like, "No," because
Dude,
Pat hates.
Come to our place. Come to our place. Actually, this year, and this is why it's so not
Ooh.
cool, because for the first time ever, I didn't hate it. Because it used to be we had
Really?
like our whole menu, and it was
That
complicated.
was like the
and,
worst week of your life. I felt like.
Worst month. It's a month long. It's all of August.
Oh, it used to be a
So-
week though.
Way back in the day. Way back. And then it became popular and it makes it. And here's the thing that sucks about it too, to get so angry about something that's so good and helps out so many people. Because it's for those of you that don't know,
It
started out
stimulates
as a
our
week, now
economy
it's a
more than
month long.
anything.
It doesn't. What it does is lunches will be $20 and dinners are $49. At lunch, you go to a restaurant that supports it, you get the special menu, and $1 goes to the Houston Food Bank. And with that $1, they create 3 meals. At dinner, $5 from it goes to the food bank. They create 15 meals out of it. Creates so many meals for the Houston Food Bank every year. It's a great cause. Here's what goes wrong. At this point, it's basically extortion because all restaurants, especially now. So what it was Beverly something was her name.
Cleverly.
She created it. I wanted to say that, but also I think that's just the name that pops into my head. Is that actually her name?
It's
or is
Cleverly,
that
yes.
just yeah, so she created it, great cause, did great for years. She passed away a couple years ago. Her daughter runs it now. Apparently her daughter's a fucking dickhead. So
I disavow that. I don't know her.
Oh, I will say it, and I'm going to tell you a story that will make you agree. I've always hated in the past. We did it lunch and dinner, and it's a pain in the ass. This year,
Again,
what we're
it's
doing
for charity.
What we were doing is we were only doing dinner, and as opposed to what we did in the past where we had this huge menu where there was 3 items for an appetizer, 3 items for an entree, and 3 items for a dessert. It was very simple. It wasn't anything that's on our normal menu, so it's not stuff we're running out of. It was new dishes we created, like an ossobuco, a curry seafood dish, stuff like that. And so we're only doing it dinner this year.
Did you ever say the ossobuco needs to braise a little bit? Ever?
No, our ossobuco is delicious. Don't sidetrack me on this. I want to run through this.
Dinner party reference from The Office.
We weren't doing lunch this year. Coming out of COVID, we're in a new building with a higher rent. There's a lot of stuff. We're just, we're trying to get our feet underneath us. But we have this menu that we've ran for over a year. We've been running it since before COVID hit. It's our 2-course meal. It's 2 for $20. You get an appetizer and an entree. So we're going for the first, week or so. And the lady who runs it, who's Beverly's daughter, calls the restaurant asking for Sam, our GM.
Cleverly's daughter.
Yeah. I still don't know if that's her actual name or if you're just fucking with me. Because I feel like Beverly Cleverly. No, it's definitely not. God damn it. Fuck you. But anyway, she calls and our GM is super excited to talk to her. He's never talked to her before. He gets on the phone with her and this
don't say
B word. I was going to say it, but I'll just say B word. Proceeds to ream him the fuck out. How dare you run a lunch special during restaurant weeks and not give us any of the money for it?
Cleverly stealing.
You're stealing money from the organization, reaming him out. And he's just shocked by it. He's just like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel that. We'll take that menu down. We won't use it. It's no problem. She keeps going, just yelling at him on the phone. Just how dare you? This is awful, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the phone call goes, you're done. We're taking you off of restaurant week and just hangs up on. Kicks us out of something that we do to help charity because she feels slighted. So I find out later on too, before she even called us, she called our other location where his sister and we've got the 2 locations. The daughter runs one, the son runs the one I work at. Calls that one and talks to his daughter and starts yelling at her to give her my GM's cell phone number. And she's like, I'm not going to give out his cell phone. He yells at her, hangs up on her. They have a very contentious email conversation back and forth, which I'm still dying to see. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to get to see it because this is just fucking awesome at this point.
Yeah, I'm into this.
And so, yeah, we get kicked out of restaurant week. And we're all like, what the fuck? My GM puts not on the restaurant Facebook, but on his own personal Facebook. Like, I can't believe this unprofessional thing that just happened. Blah, yada, 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 yada. And so many restaurant owners are commenting underneath it. Like, yeah, this is fucked up. I come to find out later on as well. Now it's murky. How much money is actually going to the food bank and how much is going into the Beverly whatever foundation. So like, it's not even as transparent as it used to be. People aren't sure, but all of these restaurants in Houston feel extorted into continuing to do this every year because it's a good job. And all of a sudden, if you're not doing it, if you're not on that list, it doesn't look good for you that, oh, look, all of a sudden they're not supporting the Houston Food Bank. And it looks terrible. So my owner ends up having to call her, smooth it over. Now our lunch special that we were doing before, now we're rolling that in is she lets us back into restaurant week. So we're still doing our dinner one, but now our lunch one is part of it. But we also have to add, because it has to be 3 courses for restaurant week, we have to add a dessert into it too. So it cuts into our profit margin even
for
more.
a lunch.
Yeah, which is not.
What do you
good.
eat? What is the lunch dessert?
We have
like here. It's a
Nutella
like a moon pie.
We've got a bread pudding and
A fortune cookie
and a brownie sundae. Those are the 3 that we do for both of them. But like I said, our lunch one is already, you don't make much money off of it anyway. Now we got to use more product, and like something that everyone already feels is extortion. She literally extorted us into more. So like, yes, it's a good cause. It raises a lot of money. It helps feed a lot of people. Apparently it's not as much as it used to, because since she's taken over, like I said, people don't know where all of this money's going anymore. It's murky, and fuck this lady. And it's just, we're already busy at lunch. It makes it even busier, and there's just more stuff to do. Like servers having to run to back to make a lot of desserts and everything. It slows down everything. It slows down service. It's a pain in the ass. Dude, I don't want to say fuck Houston Restaurant Weeks, but fuck Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Is what you're saying?
Fuck the leadership.
Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Houston
Is
Restaurant
it a
Weeks.
sham?
It's
That's
not
the
a sham.
headline.
It's
That's
not
the
a sham.
no.
Cause-
That's the headline. That's the
Because it's
headline.
still a lot of good still comes from it.
Then we get this story out. We get picked up by the news. Pastor Gravy is a very highly listened to podcast at that point. Come on, let's do this.
I'm
Houston
an
Restaurant
investigative
Weeks.
journalist. I'm
People
a
are saying it's a
whistleblower.
sham. People are saying
I'm a-
it's a sham. All right.
I'm whistleblowing the scam.
Restaurant
that is
worker
HRW.
blows the whistle on Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Like if we called the Better Business
Take
Bureau
that.
on them,
Take that to the bank,
it just
guys.
it
So
sucks.
everybody, when you get to this in the podcast, tweet at @PassTheGrayPod. And just be like, I can't believe you guys exposed the truth about Houston Restaurant Weeks, or something like that. It doesn't name
it's
names, but just
so-
like that's a tweetable thing.
Really, like the biggest not cool out of all this is it's so frustrating to see a great organization that's done so much get passed down to somebody's kid, and the kid just starts fucking it up.
It's like if you're a Cowboys fan, like Jerry Jones isn't great, but like imagine if Jerry Jones was great right now, and then Steven Jones is gonna take over after him.
No, you know what it is?
Like that.
It's well, so see, this is actually a bad one, because I was gonna say it's like the McNairs, but it wasn't run well under Daddy McNair. But Cal McNair has just been so much worse at it, so it kind of works.
Right.
But except it was just bad in the beginning anyway.
Right.
But yeah, that's my not cool of just fucking
That's solid, not cool.
extortion for charity.
Robert, what's yours not cool?
Yeah, follow that.
Lighten
It's
this
too-
up.
It's too bright in my room. It's way too bright in my room.
Oh my God,
Okay,
my
okay.
nose.
I am waking up at like an hour and a half before I actually need to wake up, because I don't have curtains yet. So even with like the blinds closed,
Do you have a
It-
dark
Is
sheet?
it the light from just the sun, or is
yes,
it like
just
lighting?
regular daylight?
Do you have a dark sheet?
No. No, I don't have anything.
Your newspapers.
Go to
Mm-mm.
Walmart and buy some freaking blinds, man.
No,
No,
dude, I had
I
that
have
whole thing.
blinds.
Was a not. I had that whole not cool with
Shades,
my
sorry.
apartments, bitching about them like putting like these LED lights and putting them as bright as they could, and I was like, this fucking sucks at night. Like that sucks. That fucking like being woken up because of brightness is the worst. Where you're like, I could be sleeping. That sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's a really good one.
Over an hour and a half before like I actually need to wake up. I got into the point where like I wake up like at 6 now. I put a pillow over my head and then go try to fall back to sleep.
Before
See,
you know
I
it, you
can't do
become a
that.
soccer fan like I did.
I can't
Just
sleep
have
with
on
a
the West
pillow
Ham
over
train.
my head.
I had to like position it like just over my eyes, like so I can still breathe and so it doesn't get too hot.
Right, it's the
Usually me
airflow
trying
for
to
me.
suffocate myself is
Yeah.
what I'm doing. And I just do it until I fall asleep. And I stop.
Yeah,
suffocating myself.
you gotta go buy some blinds, man,
I
That
do.
fucking sucks though. That's the worst.
or just a dark sheet and tape it up.
And then you get in that dad mode where you're like, well, I'm up. It's early. Should I go to like Home Depot or something? Should I
Yeah,
go
like
to Shipley's and get donuts and bring it back? Like, what do I do?
Yeah, I live near parks. Like, should I go for a bike ride or something? I'm like, no.
Hey,
I feel like
this-
fidgety. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you wish you had a
Also-
garage to go sit in and be like, I feel like I don't know anything about cars, but I feel like I should take the lug nuts off of one tire and put them on another right now, just because I can.
hey, it's super early and people are probably sleeping. I should go mow the yard.
Right. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. Don't do that. Do not wait till like 9 o'clock.
But if you're gonna do that, make sure you put on really tall white socks and Skechers.
White Skechers though, like the white or
Yeah.
New Balances.
Hey, I'll continue what I've been doing. Look on the bright side, Robert. At least you're not hungover. Being hungover and getting woken up by the sun
That is
awful.
That's awful. So you got that going for you,
I guess so.
at least.
But yeah, it's too bright.
You're not cool.
It's too bright.
That's a solid not cool.
That's a really good one.
That's a good one. I have a couple. One of these I added right before we started the podcast. I got home today and there was a note on my my door that like our lease is ending in a couple months, and they've so you guys know my history with my apartment complex. They bought it, new ownership. They fucked everything up. Construction was supposed to be done in March. It's not March anymore. It's still going on. They've added about $200, $250 to the rent. They added a bunch of fees. The valet trash is now a required fee. So I called down to the office and I was like, hey, what's up, dude? I was just calling. I got the same note that a lot of people I saw had on their doors. I see you guys are raising the rent. Like, what is the deal with the valet trash? Is there a way I can opt out of that? And the lady was like, why would you want to opt out of the valet trash? I was like, well, because I have this cool thing called a trash chute. It's literally 50 feet from my door. And I have legs that are awesome. I walk it usually to this trash chute. I open the trash chute and I put my trash in said trash chute, and it drops into a giant dumpster, floors below me. It's amazing. It's just a crazy thing that was already there when you guys bought it. Don't use the valet trash ever. And it also, that way I don't just leave garbage sitting around my apartment complex in the middle of the day when my friends come over. And she was like, okay, well, so if I can talk to my boss and maybe waive that fee, do you think he'd be willing to like re-sign? I was like, I'm not sure. We were also told construction would be done by March. Is that gonna like ever end? And she kept telling me what I wanted to hear. And like, it was like, I guess she's gonna get commission on if I do it now. You could tell she was like entering my info and all that. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll resign. I don't know. Like, I got like pet rent, $25 a month or $15, whatever it is a month. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. If I have to put a pet deposit down, I'd like to get that out of the pet deposit at least. But just in this fucking economy, you're gonna be like, hey, there's people that are out of jobs. People out of work. We should jack the price up on rent, though. That's a good idea. So fuck my apartment complex. Anyways, fuck them.
As bad as it sounds, I think you got to consider the worst thing possible. You got to consider moving. At least consider it.
I know. I believe me. That's been already. I've been thinking about it, but
right, and that sucks. It's terrible.
It's just
it's gonna be hot outside.
They were like, well, there's gonna be a dog park. There's gonna be this. There's gonna be this. There's gonna be this, and I'm like, well, I'm looking at literally all of what was told would be here by March, April. Not here. Well, but there was a freeze. The
freeze happened after you said you were going to be done. Okay.
Right. Freeze happened. That was 4 days that it disrupted a whole week, 5 days disrupted business. That puts us
like
at
it's just everything
mid-April
has gotten worse since they bought it. So I don't know why.
So what they're going to do is they're going to jack it up. They're going to do some cosmetic changes and they're going to sell it to somebody else. They're just going to try and be like, it's luxury apartments now. Like that's what they're going to do. That's how this works.
They're going to try and price you out, man.
They can't price daddy out. You can't price daddy out. At Gravy Gambles, daddy wins money. All right, daddy wins money.
Also, you should tell them that you've got a pretty successful platform that if they don't keep your rent the same, that you will constantly shit talk them by name.
You keep that in your back pocket, and you stick the Gravy Gang on them if you move out. And those numbers, those stars that they have, they don't go so high.
Oh no, you just threaten them with it beforehand.
No,
to see
no,
if
no.
you can
No.
to see if you can get your same rent. And if they don't do it, then you follow through on the threat.
You don't make a threat. You just do action.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to get money taken off of what they're trying to charge you, that's a tool to keep. It's not keeping it.
I'm not gonna say it.
It's not keeping it in your back pocket if you don't use it.
I got some stuff in my pocket. I got some stuff in my back pocket. Don't worry. The best was though when like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, when the lady was on the elevator with me asking me in front of potential renters what I thought, and I was like, oh no, oops,
ma'am, you fucked up.
This door is closed, and you have at least 15 seconds with me.
It's awful. They're terrible. They don't do anything they say, and they fuck everything up and then try and charge you more. There's garbage everywhere for valet trash.
Hey, dude, no, it's cool. It's a $25 fee a month, dude. And I was like, well, I've never once used it. I can give you the trash can back. It's in the place that y'all want to now charge me for storage, which is also known as a water closet. It is a closet with a water heater in it.
You should get rid of the trash can and just be like, well, I can't. Somebody stole my trash can, so I can't use it. I'm not going to pay for something I can't use because somebody keeps stealing my trash can, and you'll get mad at me if I just leave it out on the curb.
No, that was a minor not cool. My big not cool this week is Wheezy has like a mysterious injury. We went out to White Linen night on Saturday night, came back. Wheezy was fine. I haven't messed with Wheezy all day, hanging out, snuggling, playing ball, fetching. And we came back, and I always like to pick Wheezy up, like under the front two paws. Like, I'm like, oh, what's up, Wheezy? And she started yipping. And I was like, what's up? What's going on? And it was like she was hurt. I don't know if she tried to break out. I don't know if she escaped, went to a party, somehow snuck back in and didn't tell us that she got drunk and had an injury that she's just like not ever going to tell us about. I don't know if she's a teenager yet, if that's how that works. But
how old is she?
She's 3.
She's 21. She's just hitting the bars, man.
Right. So it's like, I don't know if that's what she was doing, but it's weird because like, she's not like, I was freaking out. I've had like panic attacks like on and off throughout the week through like just worrying about her. But like it was like she's not limped. She'll bring me the fucking tennis ball all goddamn day, and if I throw it, she'll go get it. But it's like she used to jump up on the couch, and now she's like super hesitant to jump up on the couch. She kind of favors one paw, or not one paw, like one leg, I think, in the front. But then just when you Google anything with dogs, it just terrifies you. It never is anything cool. Hey, what happens because my dog's worst possible scenario ever? And it just gives you that every single time. And it's like, but it could also be this. It could also be something that's
she probably just stretched and strained a little muscle.
Right. So I was like, let's just let it chill. This happened like Saturday night, Sunday morning. And then Emma texted me this morning saying like she's not wanting to jump down from the bed. I came home. She brought me a tennis ball. I tossed it up on my bed. She jumped off and on the bed, but I was like, in the back of my brain already, it's just like freaking out. And I have a vet appointment tomorrow at 4:30, and so it's about like I'm assuming it's a $2,000 bill that I'm going to have to spend now on X-rays and shit.
It's going to be $2,000, and they're like, yeah, if she's strained it, just give it a week, she'll be okay.
Absolutely, dude. And I'm hoping, I pray that's exactly what I had. A boxer one time when I was in not high school, I was in elementary school, and she like sprained a paw or whatever and was not walking, and my dad was like, oh no, this isn't good, like what happened to our dog? Got all these x-rays, and they were like, yeah, she probably sprained her paw, and it's just limping on it, and it was a ton of money. So I'm gonna get fucked dry by like vet bills, and I know that that's coming. It's one of those things where it's like the peace of mind knowing my dog is okay. So if we could send some T's and P's Wheezy's way, like that would be great. Gravy gang, like, let's send some T's and P's Wheezy's way. It's gonna be okay. We've got to make sure my girl's checked out. So tomorrow I got a vet appointment, but it was just like, just use your words, Wheezy. Tell me what's up. Yeah,
my family's always been.
Just tell me what hurts, and we'll figure it out.
With dog stuff, we've always been you got to give it a week, especially because most dog things are like a limp. and we're always like, oh, she's probably sprained her.
I did that, and then I looked shit up online today, and just
don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't look up things online.
Dogs are resilient, unless they're like.
And I think I knock on wood. I think everything should be okay.
Unless they're making it very obvious to you that something's wrong.
Well, she's not. She wants to play ball all day. She wants to play ball.
That's
all day.
What I'm saying.
But it's just like she's my girl, and she's always jumping up on the couch. And last night she even got up on the couch today. But the fact that she was hesitant to jump down this morning, it was like maybe she was just a little sore. I don't know. But I'd like to get checked. Like I don't know what caused her injury. Is what it is, which is like she was in a kennel.
She probably stretched and just kind of tweaked something. That happens. We all do it.
But my bank account and just my mental.
Yeah, that's really going to suck for your bank account coming up here.
Let's go fucking I bet some money on some futures this week. So hopefully
you know what's not hard on your bank account though?
What's not?
Little M Shop.
They sure are not. LittleMShop.com. It used to be Little M Air Fresheners. Now it's just LittleMShop.com. LittleEMShop.com. Shout out Alex O. We already gave him a shout. He ordered some air fresheners from there, but they also have t-shirts. They have keychains. They have stickers. They have everything you can think of at LittleMShop.com. Daily planners, weekly, like daily checklists as well. And they also have the cool little dishwasher magnet. You flip it upside down. You flip it to dirty when it's dirty. You flip it to clean when it's clean. That way you're never like, hey, I just unloaded the dishwasher. Oh no, all those were dirty. Oh crap. Well, we just put all the dirties back in with the clean. So we'll just eat those, or we're gonna wash everything else we have in the pantry. Like that's how you do it. But it's pretty helpful. LittleMShop.com got all kinds of awesome stuff. The shirts are the tits. They're super soft. They're super cool. They have super funny sayings on them. Go check it out. LittleMShop.com. LittleEMShop.com. The official sponsor of the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Before we get going, too, I got to give a shout out. Our boy Raymundo again hooked me up this morning. I drove out there, even though he drove back from Austin today. Still had time to meet me to get my buddy his Xbox. So, thank you, Mundo. Just wanted to give you a shout out again. He's the fucking man. Love Mundo. He says he loves me. I don't know why Robert won't.
How do you think he's getting all these Xboxes? Is he like this sort of like?
He's either a tech wizard. No scalping. He's just a bro. He's hooking me up to hook up my buddies too. Either he's a tech wizard or he's in the mafia. I haven't asked.
I think it's maybe probably that one though.
They're falling off a truck. But here's the thing. He's also giving me receipts from the stores he's getting them from. So I don't think it's the mafia.
Maybe he forged them.
So actually, I will put a little bit of a not cool in that too, because as you guys know, I'm just using my brother's car right now because some dick had hit me and totaled mine. And his AC is kind of wishy-washy, and it was more washy than wishy. So it was about an hour there.
Well, you don't have AC anyways normally in your car, so
but also like then I could just use my electronic windows to roll down each one. My brother's not power windows in his car, so I can't like really reach over and roll up and down the windows while I'm fucking driving. So I was just like soaked in sweat by the time I got home. Like literally my jeans were wet. It sucked. But I was doing a good deed for my buddy. So didn't suck that bad.
If you'd like to send us a question for the answer segment, hashtag PTG answers, tweet us to @PassToGrayPod. Anything like a high thought, something you thought of while drunk, something you saw on the side of the road, a relationship advice, anything you can think of, hit us up @PassToGrayPod, hashtag PTG answers. You can also email us answers@PassToGrayPod.com, but we check Twitter first. Let's start with our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Get it, Skylar!
@OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter, and he says, Arkansas, the communist Kansas.
I mean, I get why you're saying. He says because it sounds our Kansas sounds like our Kansas, like as in communism. I would not say that to anyone from Arkansas. Our, as in like the people own the means of production. It's their Kansas. The people have the power. That's kind of the basis of communism.
I don't think I don't think
Also-
it's the communist Kansas.
Outside of like 9 first semester freshmen at a college in the state of Arkansas, I would not tell anyone from Arkansas that they're a communist state, because just a feeling that they wouldn't take kindly to it.
Seems like they'd woo pig suey your ass.
Yeah, you will get woo pig suey.
You
You don't
want
want to find out what that means.
And if you don't know, you'll learn. That's good question, Skylar. Good question.
Good question. But don't
Danielle
ask anybody
Weston.
that.
Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston on Twitter says, were the Easy Bake ovens the original air fryers?
Damn. Also,
They were like electric ovens, right? And that's kind of what an air fryer is.
weren't those just basically like a heat lamp?
That also. They're like the original, no, they were just like secondary hot pads.
But that's just it. Like, how did they make them child safe but also hot enough to cook cookies in? I don't get this. I was too young to ever ask about the science behind it.
I mean, yeah, I didn't ever have an Easy Bake oven.
Me
But they
neither.
look like.
Let's
It's
look this up.
for children under 8 years old.
Yeah, under 8. Let's see. They get to 375 degrees. Toys were better back in the day. Like, yeah, you're 6, you can handle 375 degrees, no fucking problem.
Right now, it's like my son melted his face off because he slept on it.
Holy
We're
shit.
suing, and it's like, well, don't tell your kid not to sleep in the oven thing.
I mean,
I think they kind of were. I mean, I would say that they were
Yes.
the original heat light.
definitely, I would say they're the original
They
air
would-
fryers.
They were definitely the original heat lamp, but yes, they were sort of like the original air fryer. The Easy Bake oven walked so the air fryer could fly. You know
Dude,
what
it came
I'm
out in
saying?
1963.
I remember
Also-
I knew people that like were older than me that would say that like lava lamps have that like light under it. They're like, I would use that and I'd put a thing out and I could make soup in my dorm room on like a lava lamp light.
That makes sense.
So
But
it's kind
also-
of like an Easy Bake oven.
Fun fact about the Easy Bake Onion. It's owned by Hasbro.
Oven. Easy Bake oven, not onion.
Did I say onion?
Easy Bake onion is something that's like an appetizer at like Applebee's.
It's the cousin of the bloomin' onion.
Right.
It's just not fancy looking because it's Easy Bake.
It's
But
the
yeah,
American bloomin' onion.
they're owned by Hasbro, and Hasbro's based in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. What's up? My birth state. Shout out Rhode Island.
How about that?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
A state you
let's-
can literally walk across in a day.
Let's move along. Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter weighs in with our next answers question. And he says, which team would have the best real life animal in their arena or stadium? Example, Detroit Tigers having a real tiger in their stadium. I would say any Bears team I'm thinking of right off the bat. Like real life animals, bears would fuck up most things.
The first thing that my head said was, no, it's LSU with Mike the Tiger.
LSU, Mike
but
the
like-
Tiger.
But also,
Fully vaccinated, by the way.
here's the thing, Mike the
FYI.
Tiger just kind of lays there and is kind of sad. I'm gonna
He's a
say it's-
tiger.
I'm gonna say it's the buffalo from Colorado. That thing, they have a buffalo that runs around the field.
No, but
That's
it's like
pretty
wood. It's not like what they have right now. Like if you use that team's mascot.
I mean, we already have
Right,
it.
but I would say
the buffalo.
bear. I would say bear. A bear will fuck up shit. Like so bears.
I don't know. If the Texans just had some like super Texan rednecky dude running around, that'd be funny.
I think it's only referring to teams named after animals, though.
Hey, that's not what he said. Oh, well, he does say real live animal. Fuck.
But yes, he is referring to that.
I mean, the Cardinals. You got a stupid little fucking
Not
bird.
at all, even in the discussion, really.
That'd be pretty funny, though.
I think a bear.
No, we're gonna. Oh nope. Seattle Kraken.
Not a real thing. It's a mythological creature.
But it said
Mythological creature.
would. Which team would have the best real live animal?
Which animal, not mythological creature?
It just says would.
Robert, do we allow krakens?
A real life kraken
No.
would be dope. Oh,
No, we
fuck
don't
you
allow
both.
krakens.
Right. Fuck
We
you
don't
where
allow
you breathe,
krakens.
buddy. Hey, you're not that guy.
I think it's a bear. I think it's a bear. The Chicago Bears.
I'm determined. Dolphin.
A bear again would they eat salmon, which are smaller dolphins, so they would fuck up a dolphin. Marlins
Dude,
would probably be
nah,
the best.
dolphins are
They're
cooler than
darlings.
marlins.
Marlins would definitely be the darlinest.
Bro,
But
if they
I
actually
would
had a
say
marlin,
bears. If you're just going animals, bears.
if they actually had a marlin that would cook or kick field goals like an Ace
Just
Ventura,
stab
that'd be the
people with his
dopest.
nose. That'd be sick too.
Did I say marlin or dolphin right there? You're getting me so angry right now. No, like Ace Ventura, a dolphin.
It's a bear.
Floats
It's
up.
a bear. Bear is the easy answer.
Isn't there like a minor league team like called the Chihuahuas?
Yeah, they're not
Yes.
gonna win.
That's not
It's
a
a
cool
bear.
animal.
That is a cool
That's-
animal. It's just not.
No,
like-
Chihuahuas are not cool. Chihuahuas suck.
The skeeters.
Skeeters.
No, those are mosquitoes. Those are not cool.
Apparently, they're gonna rebrand at the end of the year, though.
Ooh, what if the Pelicans scary? I was thinking mascot there. I was like that giant king cake baby. What if it came to life? That
I think
fucking
it's Bears.
monstrosity.
Chicago Bears.
Pelicans, Hornets. I don't know.
Bear fucks up all those.
Fuck the Bears. Fuck
I'm
the
not
Bears.
saying that they're a better team. I'm just saying
I'm
if
saying
they had a
Dolphins.
mascot that had to fight other animals.
Dolphins
Okay.
are super cool.
Well,
They're very
Snowflake
smart.
the dolphin got
and-
stolen in
and
Ace
they hump
Ventura,
people.
so he's
Yeah,
obviously
and-
not that strong of an animal.
And he kicked field goals. Can Bears kick field goals? No.
Bears also can't get kidnapped though, so
Oh, they can. What do you think a zoo is? Are you
Well,
fucking dumb?
There's never been an Ace Ventura movie about a bear.
Yeah, because bears are stupid.
And are harder to catch. So Bears. I think the Chicago Bears should probably be the team.
Robert, what about you? Are you agreeing with him? Don't do it.
I don't want to, but anything I say, he's gonna be like, no Bears, it's Bears.
I'm
Yeah, it's
I'm on
called.
a bear kick.
So
right
you're just
now.
gonna let him bully you.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
in this situation, yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
get this. He just wants to get this podcast over with. Is what he's
I'm
trying
just
to say.
mad I can't think of more mascots right now. I'm in a mental block. Like we went through some fucking minor.
I mean,
league
obviously
teams,
the
I'm
answer
sure
would be Toronto
I just-
Raptors, but like that's not an animal. It's a dinosaur.
Oh, it's an extinct animal. It doesn't count. The Kraken. Fuck you. Kraken should have
All
been
right.
allowed, Robert. How dare you?
I think raptors should be allowed. That's a real animal.
Well, we
the-
already answered the question, so it's,
Well,
it's Bears.
Technically, the Kraken really is just like a giant squid, so that is a real animal.
And
you
if we
just
were
cut-
gonna do dinosaurs allowed,
cut
then
yourself.
Dinger might be allowed for the Rockies, and that's problematic. So we can't do that. He's not. Dinger's not a bad guy. He's just Italian. Just chill out.
I was gonna say, is he
Alright.
Italian?
He's just Italian. Luke Soin emails in for the first time in a while, and he says, "Is that cool or not cool?" His answer's question is, "Would you rather be permanently damp or temporarily on fire?"
Temporarily on fire. I was temporarily damp today, and it sucked.
People are temporarily on fire all the time.
Yeah, like you could literally just like light my sleeve on fire and I'll put it out. Bam, temporarily on fire. Dude, how sick would that be? Like, okay, I'm a stuntman in a movie, temporarily on fire for like 2 minutes. Bam.
But like, I think it means like really on fire, not like in a stunt.
Not what he said.
Like you have to feel the burning of fire, like flames are on your skin.
Bro,
You're
my
probably gonna
jeans
have
are,
to get skin grafts.
my jeans in the other room are probably still damp right now from this morning. That was not fun. I got back home and I actually sat and like drank
Temporarily
water
on
because I was
fire,
like,
does
I
that
feel
count for
dehydrated.
like how many seconds? Like 1 second? That's temporary,
Well,
right?
call it doesn't mean your entire body. That's not what he said. Dude, I'm telling you, think about when it's winter and you're walking around outside, it's freezing cold and you're damp. You're going to catch a cold every time.
No, it's a solid one. I think I'd rather be damp though.
Bro,
I ever
you
want to
could-
be on
dude,
fire.
it's a great bar story.
I've
Dude,
kind
I was
of
on
always
fire
stayed away
last
from
weekend.
fire.
I like fire. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to get burned. It sucks.
I just
In my
is it
mind,
Home Alone that scared
in my
me
mind,
from fire.
I'm lighting,
I don't know.
I'm lighting my sleeve on fire and I'm putting it out in like 10, 15 seconds. I'm jumping in the pool.
Like it's like a cigarette burn.
It's like a party trick for
Fire
me is what I'm
was.
thinking.
So like it's not full like skin grafts.
No, He didn't specify,
okay.
so I'm taking it how I want to be.
Then
And
I'll take that. Then yeah, I'd rather be that then.
Being
But
damp
like,
sucks.
I don't want to get like a skin graft or anything. So yeah, that'd be both. Neither one of them are great options. So that was a good question, Luke.
Here's something disgusting, ladies. Would you rather be described as moist or damp? I think we've discussed this before. I feel like damp is worse. I feel like damp is worse. I feel like, damn girl, you're damp.
You so damp, girl. Both are gross, actually. Babe,
you're so damp.
Babe, this is the dampest I've ever felt you, babe. We gotta move on. Our final answers question this week. Final answers question this week is from Kenyatta Valdez at Kenyatta Mandata. She says, what do you call the end? What do you call the end of a piece of bread or a loaf of bread?
No, what she said was, what do you call the end piece of a loaf of bread? I just heard someone call it the heel. I've always called it the end crust. I've heard it be called the heel. I call it the end piece of the loaf of bread.
That's what I call it. Also.
Yeah. Do you just want?
What did
you want the
call
end?
it?
You know what? The actually, I think
the end crust.
She calls it the end crust. We always called it just the end piece.
I said the end piece, the edge.
It's the end
Rob,
piece.
what did you call it?
Yeah, just the end end pieces.
Yeah,
I've heard it called the heel before.
I have. It's weird, but acceptable.
And sometimes it's cool if you can save up both of the heels, if we're going by that term. If you can make a sandwich using just those two. But other than that, it's just like, this is garbage.
Actually, I like crust, so the end piece is delicious to me. Like people that like grew up cutting the crust off of their bread I was always like, I don't care if you're a little kid. I was a little kid and I was judging them going, you're a little bitch. The crust is delicious. It's the breadiest part of the bread.
I agree.
And if you're an adult,
the most bready part of bread, yes.
If you're an adult still cutting the crust off of your bread, fuck out of here. You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal.
Not that guy. Robert's about to tell us that he cuts the crust off his bread.
No, I don't cut the crust, but I don't eat the end pieces.
I understand it. I understand why people don't, but I
sometimes he
personally
tells the dog too, because the dog's like, "Hey, what's up? I've been hanging out the whole sandwich." You're like, "Well, here you go, buddy."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think it's been called the heel. I call it the end piece of bread, and I think since we're all kind of in agreement to that, then that's our answer for this.
Who the hell calls it the end crust? Kenya, you're crazy.
No, end crust makes sense too.
It makes sense, but I've never
heard
it
makes
before,
sense.
and therefore you're crazy.
Great questions. Hashtag PTG answers at PassTheGravyPod. I love you guys. Y'all are the fucking best. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to podcasts. Please share us with a friend. Tell them to check out your favorite podcast. That would be awesome if you'd retweet us when we share the podcast. We talk about the podcast. It'd be cool too. And then comment on our Instagram don't say that. At PassTheGravyPod, Instagram, Twitter, PassTheGravy Podcast on Facebook. If you like the show Big Brother, Pat, myself, my wonderful girlfriend Emma will be on Pass the Gravy Bro. We do that every Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can listen to that. It's on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network. We also have the Claret Big Blue podcast that I am on. This is I'm just on one of like 6 podcasts I'm doing this week, not to brag or anything, but Claret Big Blue podcast. You're talking soccer, talking football. You listen to me and Mike Fish every Tuesday. Robert and Sam, hi Sam, is they have the Recent Study Suggests podcast every Monday, which I'll talk about this week.
We talked about the Olympics because it seemed pretty topical now that they were over.
I'm into it. I was actually listening to a podcast today, and they were like, I always feel like we need to have an entire study on where they get studies from. Like, where are you hearing these studies from? And I was like, I know a podcast they could listen to for this. But it was like
all
a huge
sorts of
podcast
studies
that was talking about it, and I wanted to hit him up and be like, "Recent Study Suggests you should check them out." So I'll let you know that, and then you can tweet him that. But Recent Study Suggests at a Recent Study Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Recent Study Suggests podcast on Facebook. Give him a follow, support him, let him know that you heard about him from here, or that you're just heard about it because Robert and Sam have awesome content. Anyways. Total Smark is our new Andrew Green as that. And then we got the Weekly D podcast. Those are our Dogecoin boys. We got Disappointed but Not Surprised. We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. Pass the Grade Podcast Network. It's lit. Pass the Grade Podcast. Please tune into us every single week. Listen to all of our dumb stuff. Watch all the clips. Like the clips. Share them with your friends. And until we talk to you guys next week, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
A labor back, a couple racks, a couple Grammys on him, a couple plaques. That's a fact. Throw it back, throw it back. And this one's for